Okay, we live now, all right? um, well, your live is here. View it on YouTube. And I know I made it unlisted. Let me see. Double check, make sure. Okay. Last thing we need is.
Can I be bigger?
Hold on, let me see. No, you're not able to do anything, right? Edit, nothing. Oh gosh. It's upsetting. Hold on. I don't know. We can do like this?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Well, let me. You're not able to do anything. Cool, mine's back. Because I feel like it's right. It's so weird. I'm not used to it.
Send
me a screenshot. I don't know. Wait, how did... Okay. Well, let me. You're not able to do anything. Oh, hold on. It's echoing. Hold on. Because I feel like it's right. It's so weird. I'm not used to it. Okay. Oh, I forgot we're live right now when I'm talking about. Send me a screenshot. Oh my God. We gotta do better. My quality looks so good here, but it doesn't look, it looks okay on YouTube, but it doesn't look the best. But let me see. Oh yeah, that's kind of close to my face. I ain't never been this close. I am done with Taylor. You know what? I'm done.
What happened?
I'm done. No, I'll tell you later. I'm really done with her. She gets on my nerves and she knows that I'm live and I can't say anything. Oh my God.
What? You know,
it's crazy. Let's go to Patreon because the girls, they said they are ready for this live. So we're gonna go.
Yeah, I look fat. Like what's going on here? My dress.
You said what?
I said, do I look fat? Like what's going on here?
Let me see. You didn't look fat, but I'll double check for you. No, you don't look fat, crazy.
Why? Because my dress kind of like does this thing. I'm like, what is going on?
No, you don't look fat. You look.
It has pockets. That's why.
Hey, why can't I just make yours like that and make mine's different? Like I don't. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Make sure my mic is up.
Damn. Close my window.
Don't hurt yourself.
I know, right? Have all this stuff in the way.
I love the enthusiasm. Where's the link?
You know, if you remember. Okay, are you recording right now?
Yeah, we're recording.
She said Chanel hasn't gotten back to me. Where can I find the live stream? Will be on.
Listen, I'm posting it literally right as we speak. Oh my God. And these must be new girls because people know I'm late. I'm 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
This is early, honey child. And I only did that because you here. For real. I really only did that.
Oh, you put me on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable on that side, just FYI. Well, on this side. Whew, it's about to be hot up in here because
I am.
Hold on. So, and yeah, did you like those are just basically the overall notes, but you know, yeah. Did you have notes too?
I mean, it was just us in conversation. I mean,
okay. Yeah, because yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't down like some random things that we were talking about, but I think she's crazy.
One day. Let me see. Apply. Ooh. Hope I sent them the. Hey. I hope everybody's able to get on this.
I turned my.
Hold on. Let me make sure that I posted the correct link. Hold on. Because y'all know how I do. Kind of child. Yeah, broker route. Where's the Patreon link? Go double. Oh, gosh, it's hot. I got this turtleneck on. The best time to wear a turtleneck sweater.
And then drinking.
They're drinking Hennessy, like, oh my gosh, this is how hell feels. Let me see and make sure that I got the right, because I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there it goes. Let me put that on mute real quick. What's the hey, found it. Girl, you didn't find it. I sent the link. Talk about you found it. Like she had a dig for it. Girl, I posted the link. I'm tired of playing with y'all for reals. What's the name? Amber Davis. Yes, you ma'am.
This is always a little part of my hair. There we go.
I'm gonna send out the link one more time to everybody in their message so I can just make sure that they have it, and then we are good to go. Okay. I'm mad because my emojis is my emoji keyboard is not working, so I can't even add cute. Oh, there it is. It's finally working. Yay! Oh, it's on and popping tonight. Things are looking up. Little. Hold on one second. So I gotta go into these messages because it's so weird. Like, okay, let me see. So screenshot this because for some reason it doesn't let me go back. It's Patreon's a weird place. Hold on a sec. I am done with her. Like,
oh, who did this makeup? Mm-hmm.
Mine?
Yeah.
I did my own makeup. Stop playing. Yes, I'm turning into a little makeup.
You act like you can't do your makeup. I hate you.
Well, I've been practicing more since the last time you seen me. First off. Yeah. I am so happy. Okay, you guys, how are you guys liking the dual screen? It's all thanks to Christina. We didn't think we was gonna make it happen, but it happened. I just sent out the message, and if you're in the chat, let the ladies know it's time. They really need to be. They really place they need to be. Listen. Wait. Girl, I gotta send you what Taylor sent me. I wish she would just stop. I wish she would just stop. Okay, let me see.
Let me not move my phone because it's just gonna do something weird.
Yes. Y'all here for the truth. Someone said they here for the truth, girl. It's worse than whole tactics, y'all.
No, it's Men Don't Love Women Like You or something like that.
Men Don't Love People Like You. Me and Anya was just talking about that, and she was saying you should feel like a bad bitch in a brown paper bag. And I'm like, he said, what did he say in the book? Did he say a missing tooth? He said something. If your teeth messed up, you should still be able to look in the mirror and smile. Yes. Like he did. He said something like that. I gotta. Well, I didn't read it. I did the audio.
Yeah, but we still encourage fixing your teeth.
No, very much, very much.
Yes.
Um, it's always going to be the Kodak Smile for me. Honey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me stop.
Too bad I can't see the chat while I'm like.
I thought you said you were going to have the laptop.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay.
You can do it. It's fine, you guys.
Huh?
It's fine. I mean, you can go get it. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So while she does that, let me tell y'all the IG story. So, wait. Well, what the IG was, what I was gonna do is save the live to the Instagram because I was ready to just be doing the lives on Instagram until I found a platform like this where it wasn't all this technical stuff to do the dual live. So what happened was everything I went through today was thanks to Christina helping me. But honestly, I should be working in Silicon Valley because I can't believe I put all this together. So literally, if there's a tech company that needs a young, spicy Black woman, I'm there. Hire me, okay? Because this is about to be my new job. Period. Because can't nobody say that I didn't do that. Listen. But yes, it's 8:30. It is time to start, okay?
Now I remember my password for Patreon. How about that?
Ooh, is it really like, should it be codename computer, codename tech? I don't know. It's starting to give. It's starting to give. It is.
You're a mess.
No, I'm really about to put this on my resume. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's 8:30, so we're right on time. I love this for us. Yes, it just started because it's 9:30 in New York. So, what are they? They're an hour ahead. Yeah, you guys are an hour ahead because it was 2 hours behind. So yeah, we all are starting now. Like nobody missed anything. If you're just getting here, you have not missed nothing. But what happened with the Instagram was I literally created it. You ladies were following directions, following me, DMing me, and it was like 40 plus women following. And then all of a sudden, someone commented. I think it was that Chrissy girl that Styles by Chrissy. I don't know if it was you that commented and was like, I can't find it. I'm like, that's weird. Like everybody else, didn't have no issues. I was DMing people too. So I go back on there and all of a sudden it's gone. Like the whole Instagram is gone. The name is gone. I can't use Sapphire Level Up anymore. It won't let me create a new page. I don't know what happened. Like it's so upsetting. Like it was weirdest thing ever. So I promise y'all that was not planned. I really thought I was going to go live on Instagram. And let me know how the screen is looking. I actually can go over here. But I'm so happy that yes, if you missed it, I was gonna go live on Instagram. It was gonna be a separate live that was like a separate page that I was gonna just start posting all random, like y'all know that trolling stuff like man should pay your bills and not eat food and make sure you got Chanel. Like I was gonna start posting crazy stuff like that on there and making sure we're having fun and the only Patreon girls could be on there. I wanted it to be a thing, like kind of like my spam page, but haters gonna hate. So that's just crazy. I don't even know how that happens.
Sorry, I have to verify something.
It's okay. I can't believe how fast it was going. Somebody could have reported it. I don't know. I hope not. I don't think that was it. That fast? Somebody reported and get taken down? I don't think so. It was like 10 minutes and the page was gone. Someone said Instagram gonna instigate, okay? Instagram gonna insta hate. Listen. So how's everyone doing tonight? We have 56 girls right now. So I'm pretty sure we can start. I'm gonna let her. Ooh, not being shady.
Oh, what happened now?
Girl.
Okay, I'm in Patreon now. Found my password.
I'm telling you, it's a few people who it could have been. What? Okay, your mom's a hoe. Listen, you guys, let's change and let's live our feminine lifestyle. That should not be your username.
Mm-mm.
We got to start here. If y'all want your mom's a hoe, we need you to change your name. Even
Like right
if it's
now.
like a fake name or whatever. Like, no, seriously. I remember this one girl was like, she had made a Patreon account and it was like lick my balls or something like that. And I was like, girl, come on now. Like, we have to live and breathe this every day. Like, you guys, it could be true. It could be a fact, but does it have to be your username? She said, I'm sorry, this is just my backup YouTube. Oh, God. Someone said, Stacey, just choose Stacey. Girl, we're going to have fun tonight. It literally says your mom's like, and you probably one of them troll pages that be under people YouTubes too.
It won't. Oh my god, I can't. You DM'd the link too, right? To everyone.
I messaged it to everybody. Yeah. If you want, I can email it to you.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it's fine.
Okay. I like the name Chauncey. I always thought that was cute. Chelsea. Chanel with 2 L's. She said we're ready for the game. Yes, Christina is getting it together, honey child. She got that little loose wig. That's her signature wig. You guys, I'm trying something different with the wig, but it will be changed. That is your signature wig.
Oh my god, I love this wig. Okay, great. Let me turn this down.
Yeah, just mute it. Because you're already gonna be hearing.
Okay. Cool beans.
Chanel with 2 L's, never hurt anybody. Chanel's not my real name, so you wouldn't be stealing my steez, girl. It's good. It's fine. I honestly, I've been like, the people who approach me with this wig aren't poor and ghetto. And it's been such a great experience. I promise you, like this wig, I'm literally, it's giving principal, tax attorney, I don't know, something important. You didn't miss anything. We're literally starting. So let me just start with what we're discussing tonight. So if you ladies want to put when the video starts, I think it's going to be 1840 or 1839. If y'all want to put it on there. Ooh, child, it's the how do I join the live? Y'all need to go help y'all friends on Patreon. Go help your friends. Go help y'all friends on Patreon now.
Not now.
Please go help them. So basically, we'll be talking about the spoiled girlfriend route. And to be honest, the spoiled girlfriend route is basically you dating. And because, okay, I want to talk about what you guys might think it is. Okay. So you probably think the spoiled girlfriend is the girl who wakes up and a man is knocking on her glass window and he's saying, here, 10 bags of Chanel. And literally, no, for real. And I literally bought you everything from Tiffany's. I couldn't figure out what to buy you. I bought you the store. Like, I know that you ladies think that that's what the spoiled girlfriend route is. And we are going to talk about on this live the reality and how, although like we're not telling you you have high standards. We're telling you to make your standards a little bit more realistic and be nicer. Be nicer. That's that's what we're going to be talking about. So, um, basically, I went to get the definition of being spoiled in a relationship, and on Google it says the word spoiled inherently implies overindulging someone with lavish gifts and grand gestures. Knowing how your partner experiences love will ensure your particular gesture is well received. I think that's a good definition. I mean, all around, because um, overindulging means that it's excessive. So it's current. It's going to continue to happen, right? So someone getting you a purse or a cell phone or something once a year is not you being spoiled, right? But someone who is doing something for you consistently, it could literally be every day. And Christina, you know what I mean by this? Not like a Hermes bag or a Prada every day, flowers, a note, like anything, because we are trying to make sure that this person understands your love language and is willing to cater to it. So even though he's not spending $5,000 in one day, him working towards making sure that every day you're happy, you would be considered a spoiled girlfriend. Now, the standards would just depend on what you consider being spoiled, right?
I agree to that.
Okay.
I think the idea of who is attractive and what spoiling is has been tainted by the internet. You guys are just out here. You send the conversation in the group, and it's just like, hey, Jack. It's like, hey, Chanel, and it's like, can I have $1 million right now? You haven't had a conversation with this person. You haven't been on the phone with them. You don't hear their voice inflection. You haven't shown them your personality, but you want them to give you the world. But are you even that great to begin with? I mean, we need to start with who you are and what you want, and a realistic standard for what a man can provide for you.
Right.
Uh,
So I think that kind of goes into, people are probably like, I don't know. I thought this comment was hilarious, so I put it there.
what did it say?
It says you have to have a car salesman personality or salesman personality, but I'm thinking car salesman, like literally.
Yeah.
It's the hustle and bustle for me. But so to go into realistic standards, and we keep kind of exaggerating on you wanting a Rolex and a Fendi shopping spree on one day, right? But I'm telling you, we're not over exaggerating, because I'm going to give you guys an example. So you go on Instagram, and we're not going to put the person in the comments, but this is just what I seen. We're not going to put nobody in the comments. Like, this is what I see. You see girls on IG. Let's start with Instagram, because that is what we're all on. We're in the Insta generation. And you'll see a girl, and she'll have a bag of Chanel like laid out on her counter, and she'll have five bags of Chanel, 5 bags of Dior, and 5 bags of like I don't know, something else. Yeah, I said Dior, like Prada or something, right? So she'll have 15 bags on her counter of all this stuff, right? And then you ladies will look like, this is what I want. I'm manifesting this. Like, everybody want to use that word manifest. You're manifesting lies. That's what you're doing. You're lying to yourself, and you're manifesting lies. Because what happens is, when you see all those bags, right? Because we know math, right? And typically, I mean, what's the cheapest thing you can get at one of those stores? $500 for like a phone case. Yeah. So let's just say estimating that there's 15 bags on her counter. That's at least over $150,000 on her counter, right? But then we look at her counter, and I'm going to put me out there. I'm going to put how I feel. And it looks like my counter. And I pay around $2,000 something for rent, $2,500. You know what I'm saying? And you're telling me that a man who is able to spend that much money, $150,000 on designer, is going to spoil this woman and not want her in somewhere lavish that he can pull up in the Rolls Royce and it has a concierge and a doorman? It's giving you ladies a false reality of what spoiling really is. And I'm really seeing it for some of you ladies, and how like you're upset and you're like, oh, All he brought me was roses and $400 on a date, on your first date. That's saying something. That's
Yeah.
showing character, and that's showing that he has the ability to you know how to Christina, what you
Yeah,
always say.
absolutely. You want to know that someone is giving to you and they're not going to flinch when you ask for something. If they're willing to give to you that quickly, then there's more in the pot to take from. Some of you ladies are not like, you can't be in the finesse world forever. So we really got to get you in the mindset of trying to get someone who's going to be here forever, who wants to marry you and take you off the market and take care of you permanently. So, $100,000 on the countertop, and they are, I don't know, let's talk about these countertops out here. Like you said, you really need to focus on, is he going to pay my rent? Is he going to buy the house? Can he qualify? Does he even make enough per year? Does he have family that's taking, all of his money? Does he have, a whole bunch of kids? Don't drink the wine. Does he have a whole bunch of kids? Is he back on, does he owe like back child support? Like, you want to choose someone who's giving, who's loyal, who's looking for a wife, and who has the ability to just give to you freely. Like, that's what it's about. And you have to make it easy for him to want to give to you. You just can't be a bitch all the time asking for more, 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 and more. You have to inspire him to give you more and to want to work harder to please you and to, take care of you and your family. So we need to get the ladies on track for that.
Right, right. And just a little bit back on the false reality, really, really quick, ladies. I was just trying to get at all that stuff on the counter. I have boxes right here. I have bags that we get for Christmas when your family go to Neiman Marcus. All of these are saved up, I feel like, and the girls are posting it to look like, okay, someone is spoiling me, and it's really just their stuff. And it could be stuff they return. We know these return policy 30 days. We know this return policy. So what I'm saying, I'm not trying to hate on nobody or trying, but I want to say that they could be using that to attract a man who is actually going to spend money on them. We don't know the story behind it because they never want to tell us. No tea, no shade. No tea, no
Listen,
shade.
I
You
sell
ask
my
them who
bags.
did it. They don't
I sell my shopping bags on Poshmark all the time.
sell your shopping bags on Poshmark. I've sold some of my shopping bags as well. They love to buy the LV bags because it's those bright, like the orange yellowish color. And or the bags might be fake or borrow. At this point, it really don't matter because again, it's just a false reality for everybody. For everybody to think like that's the standard. He got to spend 150,000. Let me tell you, if he was spending 150,000, her counters would not look like my counters.
Yeah.
That's just tea. That's really just a tea, and that's just telling the truth. Why would I want all this stuff and you can't even put me and my brother in the high rise with a concierge? They gonna rob me after they see all this stuff on the counter. I'm getting robbed afterwards. I mean, because I'm too accessible. I'm too accessible.
Yeah.
So, I just want, just kind of how going off of what Christina was saying was, I just want you ladies like to know that I am helping you figure out if a man is generous or not, right? And I am helping you figure out, okay, how to get someone to spend money. But in the long term, there's women like Christina and women like shout out to other women, other platforms that help you figure out how to get into a marriage and find a good husband with character, because that's honestly honestly what we all want in the long run. I don't know if we all want marriage or whatever, you never know, but what I'm saying is, even somebody who's a provider, we say that a lot, provider, but then when there's someone who's showing effort, you're like, ooh, poor, oh my god, he got me Michael Kors, he's ghetto. Like, I've seen somebody give a woman a baby fat bag, and she was giving this man threesomes. No tea, no shade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ghetto. But then it's you ladies who go on dates, first date with somebody, and he buys you, a nice bracelet and some earrings and things like that. It's the effort for me. Like,
Yeah.
I never want y'all to forget that I care when someone puts in effort. I really do. And I care when someone is not struggling, but still like is sustaining a good lifestyle and able to provide, like not everybody, I know I say poor a lot, but not everybody's poor. I mean, no, not
There, well,
really.
okay. So there are a large percentage of men that really don't even make over $100,000. But if you're out here and you, I don't know, make $30,000 and he makes 80 to 120, that's a good amount of money for you to swoop in on his life and be his wife. Okay. He has a little bit of discretionary income to afford you, and
Right.
you be there encouraging him to make more money. So,
Wait, can you go back to that part? Encourage, just go a little bit into that because we don't want to think that they're building up these men. Like, give an example.
so if you see a guy who's like, oh, I'm an engineer by day, and I'm in school and I'm trying to get another certification so I could be a manager at said job, right? So he already has the ambition because ambition comes from within. Listen, we don't like lazy men. So if he's already talking about making more money and he doesn't need your help in order to do it, then all he needs is a cheerleader. And so what he needs is someone who's beautiful, who's feminine, who would inspire him to keep going. And he needs little things to be taken care of in his life, things that are free. One thing that I always say is consideration is free, whether it's in your friendships, whether it's in, your relationships with your family, but definitely with a man, because we don't want to buy them expensive gifts. You're not in competition with him. You want to give him something that will, that has some sentimental value, and, will make his heart feel like, oh my gosh, she really, really cares about me and she's thoughtful and, she wants the best for me. That's how you create a place for yourself in his life. So that's what I'm talking about. Someone who's already on their way somewhere and has already shown you that he's willing to give to you. You could easily move in on somebody like that. I've done it. It is possible.
No, very much so. And then there's just so much I want to get into. So someone asked, "Are you married?" And the reason why I feel like Christina should be on this live and should be talking about this is because she has been proposed to several times. So this is someone who knows how to get a ring, but she didn't, go through with the marriage because she saw something bigger for herself. So do you want to talk about that?
I can definitely be honest. Like, I've been like career driven for a very long time, and more recently, my thought process is I just want to be an at home wife, so, and taken care of. So at different phases of my life, I always felt like I needed more. Now, the men that I did choose gave me everything that they have. But if they didn't have the potential to produce more, then I've got to go, because that encouragement and ambition comes from within. I can only do so much to encourage them to do more. But if they tell me, oh, I'm comfortable where I am right now, then as a woman, I need to say, okay, well, I appreciate your time. I love you, but I've got to go. Because they're not going to produce more because I chose to stay. I'm going to be wasting my time because I know that they're not going to give me anything else. So sometimes you got to know when to leave. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. That's
No one to hold them, no one to fold them.
for real.
Oh my God, someone said Christina is so well spoken. I love it. Listen. I tell her this all the time because, I call a spade a spade. I am, I don't know how to say this. I'm a little ratchet. And I swear, like, when I get around Christina, I feel like even like my style and things, like, I've always, like, literally, she won the Sugar Baby Challenge before, but I'm just, you would think like we're kind of opposite, but we agree on the same things, but we just like, express ourselves different ways. And I feel like just talking to you and like getting to know you, and it's so much game you put me on in like a matter of, because there was a time, well, I'm not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But there was a time where I when me and Christina had first met and we were like getting to know each other, and I'm like, wow, this woman is smart as freak. And she was so good at setting her standards. I thought I was the queen of setting my standards, but no, she's so firm on everything. She even did it with me. She wasn't playing around with me. She was like, you can do that with your other little friends, Chanel. But right here, you're not gonna be able to do that with me. And I get it. I really get it. And honestly, it taught me a lot because I'm sitting here like, damn, like she is not settling. She's not playing with none of these men on these apps or even in real life. And we have been on, it's weird. We've been on 3 vacations together. Like, do you know that? That's crazy. So yeah, we've been on 3 trips together, and every time she's been like the finesse queen. So yeah, I think I'm a little ratchet, a little hood, but
But you know what that comes from? It comes from self-reflection, self-awareness, confidence, and really working on yourself. Like you've got to be able to answer the question, like, who are you? What it is that you truly want? Have you looked at your past relationships and figured out what really works for you and what doesn't work for you? That's how you're going to be able to choose the right man for you. So some of you guys are like on this hamster wheel of like, continuously swiping right on different guys just to get $100, $200 there instead of focusing on the long term. And so that's kind of what I want to bring you guys in to start thinking about, because you want to be married out here. You don't want to be in these streets forever.
you want to be married to the right person.
To the right person, absolutely.
And she even said that she had said, there's such thing as a starter husband. She told me and a few other girls, and I agree. I feel like I have my starter husband. I'm over it. It was a very ghetto experience. But I learned so much because even then, I got a lot out of that too, as far as like money wise. And I will bring this up too. The good thing about marrying somebody that's not po and that got benefits is that I did get spousal support, and I wasn't playing around. So he wasn't rich. He wasn't rich. But he had enough money for the judge to say, hey, this is what you have to pay her monthly. You did tell her you did not want her to work. And I was getting paid. So it's really, I agree with marriage, because I'm not about to be sitting here not being able to tell the doctor whether to unplug your shit or not. Like, and your mom being able to talk to the doctors and shit like that. No, I need to be a wife. I need to be firm on every single decision. And also, if we don't end up, working out, I don't plan on, leaving with nothing. I really don't. And I put a lot into my marriage. Well, I'm divorced now, I have to tell the truth. I didn't put a ton into my marriage, but back then it felt like a lot. It felt like a lot. And now looking back, I kind of see that I really didn't do too much, but I was young. But I do agree.
You at the time. And and that's okay.
Yeah. And I was,
but some y'all are in states where domestic partnership is a thing, and you don't have health insurance and you can get on somebody insurance. Now that's a huge benefit. Will you talk about that? You could be working towards something, and someone has a really nice apartment. You could live there and
wait, but let's go back to the health insurance thing, because that is super important. When people say they don't want to be married, and it's so many benefits to being married. It is. Yeah. It is. I can't. When you think about the benefits of just shacking up and being quote unquote with a boyfriend, there really is none. There's none. So, like I said, the spousal support, like she said, the health insurance, someone who's going to provide for the whole house. You don't have to, you stacking your money. So if this is your starter husband, guess what? You got that mad money to the side. You can get up on out of there. And that's another thing too. Like I wasn't really good at saving, which I should have been, because I didn't have to work. And I kind of, because I seen everybody around me poor, that I was like, you know what? This is the best option for me right now. So I agree, Christina. It was like a starter husband, because I was like, I won't have to pay no rent. I'll have free health care. And he buys me everything. But it was character. It wasn't just marrying somebody just because for the hell of marrying somebody. It wasn't a arranged marriage. It was more so like, I like this person, and when I want something, I would get it. Like, this was someone who wanted to provide for me, and he had, at the time, because motherfuckers will trick you, he had good traits. He did. He really did. And he seemed very family oriented. This is actually my current part too, but his mom left him a house. Well, he had a house. So it was a lot of things like, okay, you're 21 and you have a house. That's big. And that lets me know you come from a good family, and I don't come from a good family. So that was things that I was looking for in a significant other, which I feel like others should be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, the finesse gets played out.
It does. Let me see here. Yeah, some of you guys don't even have an investment account. Why can't you meet a guy who you ask like about like different investments and how he's thinking about the future, and then make an ask of, oh, I just, really want to start an investment account. I just want to start thinking about my future. And he'll probably start you off with a decent amount of money to start trading stocks. Like,
Yeah.
start thinking about that instead of thinking about, the latest LV bag. Although we do love nice things, I'm just saying
Yeah.
you have to figure out what that guy likes. Some guys don't like spending money on flashy things. They would rather spend money on real estate, getting you a better car, or better investments. So figure out what it is about that man that wants to what he wants to provide for you.
So my question, I don't know if that's everybody else's question, like when he doesn't buy the bag or doesn't buy what you want, like say if I do something simple, like something that's like $250, like some perfume or something,
Mhm.
and he responds and he says no, what would be your response?
It really depends on what the conversation has been about.
So, but you're saying that, okay, if you're with somebody and you're saying like, okay, this guy could be not want to spend on something like that. Don't
Uh-huh.
you kind of feel out his reaction and be like, okay, maybe I should check to see if, like you said, he's into investment stocks or something like that. Like you, what I'm trying to get at is we don't just drop him if we think
No,
he has potential.
you can ask. Some of you guys just dismiss the guy instead of asking him, well, why wouldn't you be able to, purchase this? Like, babe, what's going on? Is everything okay? And then he'll go into why he doesn't want to purchase it or can't purchase it right now. Maybe he just made a huge down payment on a commercial building. You don't know because you don't listen and you don't ask. Some of you guys talk too much. You really need to be quiet and start listening to the conversation that he's trying to have with you. That way you can see if he's more of like a meantime person or someone that you can really have around for the long term.
I agree. So I want to talk about the having realistic standards. So in my notes, I had something that we talked about prior in the phone call when we were going over the notes.
Hmm.
So say that someone makes $75,000 a year. Say a woman makes $75,000 a year, and she meets someone who makes 125,000, right?
Uh-huh.
So um, that man that makes 125,000, like I feel like some women are like, oh, poor ghetto. I need somebody that at least makes 500, right? So wouldn't that man that makes 125 a year, like say, because we're not, when some of you women make 75, 80,000, $60,000, you are not putting, how do I say, your looks together. We are not, you don't really, you're focused on work, you're not getting your hair done, you're not getting your nails done, you're not taking care of self. And I'm not saying all of you, but I'm saying some women, I see it. Like I see like you're not really focused on how you're looking. So when you are saying like, oh well, there's nobody out there, I've been on dating sites, I need you to invest in yourself, right?
Hmm.
And when you invest in yourself and you look like the $1 million babe, right? But do you really, I just want y'all to be honest, and y'all can answer right here. Y'all can answer right here. Do you really want to work to get a pot that's worth $1 million? Do you really want to?
Yeah.
Because you won't even work to get the pot that's $125,000. So I question like your mindset sometimes. Like, be honest right now. Are you really putting in the work to get a millionaire? If it's the answer is no, that's completely fine. Because guess
Yeah.
what? Christina has a solution for you. The solution is that if you are making 70, $80,000 a year and you meet a guy that's making 125, 130, that's pretty good. Because
It is.
everybody else, middle class, what they say was 60,000.
Oh, 68,000. That's average amongst all the states. Yeah.
$68,000. Okay. So everyone's pretty much po.
Hmm.
So, and protect the middle class, but we aren't being protected. We aren't.
We are.
Middle class is not being protected.
We are.
So what we do is what we're going to do here is when you are making this amount of money, right? And you meet somebody that's making 125, and he has, again, I get it. I'm not telling y'all go and lawyers. I'm telling you, if he has all these characteristics of a good man, he has 125, and he went out and he got you a $7,000 bag, or he got you a $4,000 pay for you and your girls to go on a trip or something like that. Those are good character traits. I'm not getting why y'all not understanding that. These men who are calling you, who are checking up on you, who are sending flowers, when some of you in New Orleans or wherever that was where you didn't have any power, there was men that were sending you your money, making sure you were good, that weren't even in the area that you were in. I know this during the Texas storm that there was a lot of women that had men that they could depend on, that weren't trying to just have sex or nothing, that was trying to make sure that you are good. And I tell y'all, these men don't care. They don't care about your sob stories. They don't fucking care. But when you find that one that does, I'm confused on why y'all treating them like they're dusty.
Yeah.
It upsets me.
Yeah.
It upsets me. And never once, one second, Christina. Never once have I ever said to disrespect these men. Never once have I ever said to, get what you can and run. Like, no, you should be trying to build these relationships. I always say that, build relationships. And it's so important that even if he's making that one, it can literally be your starter husband. You don't have to wait around for the millionaire. You could, I don't want to say it, you can marry this man. You can be with this man. Save your money up. Still get your looks together. Still level up within the marriage. And if you don't fall in love and you don't want this man, because you should, I love anybody who takes care of me, but if you don't love them, then leave them. I was just saying,
but then we also have to explore what people are really thinking that love is.
Well, like Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it?
Well,
what's love got to do with it?
Love, the way that a man shows love to you is by him taking care of you and willing to give his last to you. When you say something, he listens and provides what it is that you asked for, and then you praise him for it. There's a whole process that you guys really have to kind of get down. You can't always say, well, this isn't enough. Did you inspire him to give you more or to go a step above and beyond? Did you ask? Did you have conversations? Are you around? Are you giving back so that he feels like, you warm his heart too? Like, it's definitely a good balance of give and take, and have to give gifts. I'm not saying women should go out here and, buy land. Like, what was the girl that just bought land?
Ari.
Yeah. I didn't say go do that. I didn't say go do that.
No.
He should find her some land. I didn't say go do that.
I know, I agree. He definitely should. But I also agree that those type of relationships are just different. I don't even worry about them. I promise you, I don't even worry about them because that's their situation. I really feel like that's them. What my situation and what our situation is, because I think we're seeing eye to eye, ladies, is that we should aspire to have the best of the best. But how you know this man not the best of the best? How you know? One thing I will say is, word to Christina, me and old man, you guys know old man, my boo. We weren't even thinking about, like, I don't know. I mean, marriage. I don't know if that was really a thing for me right now with him. I don't know. But what I will say is, Christina was mentoring me, because like now I feel like she's like my mentor, was mentoring me through the process. And I feel like, what's another proposal? I'm not going to stop nobody from proposing. And the crazy part is, like, I don't say I love you to him, and he has said he loved me a few times. And honestly, although I have not said it to him like, oh, I love you, I will say that I love the man that he is. Like, he is a great guy. He's excellent. So I don't think that I have to say I love you to him, and I don't think he has to say he loves me, because what he does shows it. He don't got to tell me. Like, he don't have to say I love you every day. He shows it with every single thing that he does. And I show it with every single thing that I do just by mentioning him to you guys. I usually hide these motherfuckers. So he's really the first one that I'm just so open to talk about. I think that's pretty much love.
Yeah. And sometimes you guys like get so mad at these guys and you want to jump off a ledge and be so mean. But you really have to have a really good friend around you to keep you grounded, because sometimes you guys are the main reason why the relationship gets ruined. You mess up a good thing just by flying off the ledge too quickly. If he does something that you don't necessarily like, sometimes you need to just take a step back and be quiet for a second and really assess the situation. Is this going to make or break our relationship? Did I ask for something that was totally necessary? Did he just give me something? Am I, you
Did
know,
he just give me something? Let's start there.
oh,
Because I see
wow,
these women be like, gimme, 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 gimme.
yeah.
Gimme,
You're
gimme.
never
Y'all
satisfied.
can't even act. I tell them all the time, you're not Halle Berry, you're not Angela Bassett, and I'm not talking about looks wise, I'm talking about acting wise. You can't even act like you want to be there. You cannot. I see it. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Chanel. So this guy just gave me $1,700 on the first date. And then when I asked him, could he pay for my car that got broke down? He just went quiet. And I'm like, what the hell? Like I just spent the whole day with him. Yeah, he gave you $1,700 for the whole day. Yeah, he did.
So by you saying that that's not enough, in that very moment, you make him feel like he's inadequate, he can never please you, and he's going to go away respectively. That's why you guys get ghosted, because
Yeah,
you're never thankful enough.
yeah.
You,
And I wonder, and if you ladies, so if like just going back because I love to get examples. If you think that I just sit around and just boss old man around, I don't. If
yeah,
you think
no,
that I just sit around and argue with him, I don't. This is probably the first relationship where I've never had an argument. What am I arguing for? He does everything I want him to do. I don't need to argue. If I'm mad, I just won't talk to him. But I will say that I put in the time, I put in the effort, and I deserve everything that he does. I'm on the phone with this man for 3 hours. I can send receipts. 3 hours. 3 hours at least. Like one phone call.
yeah,
3 hours.
well,
3 fucking
I
hours.
see
Okay.
it.
And you know what? I enjoy it. The first maybe 45 minutes is very enjoyable. So what I say, no, I'm saying this to say that I put in the time and effort. Nothing has came overnight. And also, even with finessing, I didn't say, y'all, I went on a date and then all of a sudden this man was like Rolls Royce. Like I never said that. I said that I was known as my friends, like my family, everybody as Datey Katie. Because I would be on these dates. So every single date wasn't a sugar daddy. Every single date wasn't a trick or a sponsor. We got to do the percentage. If I go on 100 dates and I meet one guy that spends money, I mean that I'm 1 on 100. But the odds,
Yeah,
the odds are only in your favors if you're willing to roll the dice. If you're willing to play the game, you have to. And another thing about that, someone has said like to show gratitude in a feminine way. Like yeah, you the way that you ladies, everything that you're doing where you feel like pots are ghosting you is why you need to do the opposite. And showing gratitude takes so little. It takes
yeah.
so little.
It's
And
free. It's free.
it's free.
It's free.
And what about the pictures? I seen somebody like, oh, I'm so sick of sending pictures. I have 100,000 pictures in my phone. You can get all of them because guess what? I'm posting on the ground for free. These motherfuckers not paying me, and they get to see me all fucking day. But you know that there's potential with this person. Or
Mhm.
what's a picture? What's a picture? But what I will say is that when women use the picture finesse and ask for some money, like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to charge you afterwards. That's fine. I mean, as long as you send the first one for free. And if they keep asking, then it's up to you to figure out the conversation afterwards. But again, when we are talking about the spoiled girlfriend route, in order for a woman to be like spoiled and be get like excessive, like get all these gifts and get all these things or whatever, you have to give first. Even if it sounds like, oh my God, this is a lot, the return is it's the bigger picture. It really is the bigger picture. I'm trying to tell you. If you do everything without them having to ask, like, why they asking you for pictures? Didn't you already send them 10 pictures? How they want more? Because you did it first. You did it first. And then ladies like, oh, well, he asked me to send him a sexy picture. I would send him some pictures of some sexy heels and like just like half the camera and just my heels, just my feet. Like
Yeah.
this is sexy. I'm about to
That's,
go out. If you want to send more. What if you want to see more? Send some money for some drinks for tonight. Like I don't know. I just play around with them, fill them
yeah.
out. But it's not always me. Oh my God, they're irritating me. If they are stressing you out that much, you're doing it wrong. You are.
Yeah. Well, then you need to probably take a break because you're not going to be in the positive energy enough to receive and have the conversations you need to with these men in order to vet them properly. So it's okay to take a break. Like you guys don't have to be at this so you can run your energy down. You've got to be in a positive space in order to attract what it is that you're looking for.
Um, and so I wanted to get into what you had said about no matter how many bags you have, rent needs to be paid, right?
Mhm.
So um, just to like kind of get into what you meant by that. She said no matter how many bags you get, rent needs to be paid, and that's very much true. That's very much true. Like after the bags, after the spoiling, rent needs to be paid. But how do you know? I don't know. I'm just going off on a whim. How
Okay.
do you know that someone that's buying you all these bags will pay your rent? I don't know, maybe character. Maybe this is the type of person you need to be with because you know how to ask this man, or maybe you don't even have to ask and he does it. And wouldn't it be the type of person you want to be with? I'm just confused. Wouldn't that be the type of person y'all want to be with?
I definitely think that okay, so let's say like a dude is just, you go out on the first date and he buys you, gives you a nice little meat gift and buys you different things when you guys are out on several other dates. You have to be paying attention to everything that's going on. You got to write notes after your date in your phone about like what you guys talked about, where you went, how much money he spent. All of these things matter in your strategy in order to secure this man. That's one. Two, I mean, everything is really laid out in front of you. First of all, he's going to be talking about himself because men are very, um, they want to be praised for all of the accomplishments that they have going on in life. They have no problem with telling you where they work, what they do, how much money they have, the types of cars that they like. So that's another thing. Third thing is if he's always using a credit card and never really using cash, I mean, you got to find out how he feels about cash, how he feels about debt, what he has going on. You've got to pay attention and ask the question so that you can even, see if this is someone that you should keep around for a long time. You've got to learn how to put people in different compartments. He may not be a husband, but he may be a trick, and then you got to treat him that way.
Right.
Because you want
But,
someone to,
but that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Even though you said he couldn't be a husband, couldn't he be a fiance?
yeah,
Couldn't he get a ring?
yeah. But you're still looking for your husband, though.
Mhm.
So just
Um,
pay attention. All the signs are in front of you. Um, you know, Open your eyes.
you know, I don't know if Anya is on this live, Anya Blair, but I was having a conversation with her and she was like, well, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. And I didn't even tell you this, Christina, but a friend of mine is married. Well, not married anymore. Her divorce got finalized a few days ago. So she's from where I'm from, City Heights, San Diego. She married someone who was what I assume wealthy. I mean, her life is pretty much a secret. I didn't consider her a sugar baby or anything, just hypergamy, whatever. And so they've been married for a while. She gets a divorce, and like when me and her are having a conversation, and she says like, "Oh, well, he was, before I married him, I should have looked at the tax transcripts because this is a quote unquote millionaire, but nothing was. He didn't have any liquid assets. He owed a lot of money. Everything was tied up, and there." When you judge someone based off of what they have and not their character, because clearly he's a liar. He's a liar. That is the type of situations you end up in, and not I hope like if she watches live or nothing. I'm not talking about her thinking because he had money that she would be in a better position. But shouldn't she feel that way? She's marrying someone. She knows that he claims to be a provider, and then to find out that she's basically scammed, it's upsetting. So one thing that I will say is when Christina brought up the credit card situation, it's important, and it's really important to me because I also married someone who was in debt, and debt is, I'm telling you guys, it's no fun.
No.
I'm not talking about student loan debt. I'm talking about credit card debt and debt from other places, because what they will do is they come after you. And especially when, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. But nevertheless, I'm not going to get into that. But I will say that when I started dating old man and he would pull out his credit card all the time, I told you this, Christina. I would say, babe, you're not going to use your debit card, or you don't have cash? I would tell him that because I felt uncomfortable when I see people use their credit card. I really do. I need to know that you have $2,000 in the bank to get this. I need to know. Like, I don't understand like this pay later situation. Credit cards to me is fine if he's paying for gas or whatever. But if you're whipping it out when we're in, the mall, or if you're buying, a flight, it just, I don't know. It never sat right with me. Especially, I'm flying on, you don't have an American Airlines credit card. Why are you using that? Go get American Airlines credit card then, since you want to buy a flight with that. Like, I just don't trust it. And I think I have like, I guess PTSD from my previous relationship. So I like to know that they have like, liquid assets. Like, I really do. I like to know that they are able to give me cash. And I was talking to Anya. This is a woman that I'm mentoring, which I'm going to have her on live, you guys. You're going to love her. She is the best. And she was like, well, how would I figure out if this millionaire has, money? Like, and I said, well, if you guys are getting engaged and, to be married, and you want $1 million house, he can't pay for it in cash? I'm confused. Like, what let's figure something out. Like, let's see and then if you say like, okay, well, we can't put 500,000 on it. Oh, well, things are tied up. That's a red flag. Too much shit is tied up. You claim to be $2 million. Wow. That's too much is tied up. You don't have 500,000. That don't make any sense. Just like if someone is making this much money, let's just say you even making $150,000 a year, and you don't have the $2,000 in cash. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't. I have horrible PTSD. Debt is, I don't know if any of you guys have been in debt or been married to someone with debt, but I'm telling you, they come after you. They're calling on fucking day. They take it out of the bank account, especially if it's a bank that they're banking with, So that's just a little something I wanted to say as far as vetting them and figuring out, can you go the spoiled girlfriend route with somebody? Because if he's using his credit cards all the time and he doesn't have it, then that's not the type of man that Christina is talking about. She's talking about someone who they've got their finances together and you can help kind of elevate it, who's already there. So
yeah, and not helping by you contributing financially, but encouraging him and inspiring him to provide more and get more. Somebody asked, let me see. What about the unattractive women, so-called ugly girls? What we do? There's no such thing as an ugly woman. You're just not trying hard enough. Lose the weight, fix your hair, fix your teeth, fix your skin, and have a positive attitude. That's always winning.
Yes, and someone said, I really love this, but I really would love to hear more from the other lady. I'm talking about you. I'm done. Oh my God, wait, where's the push this to? Okay, let the other lady talk. Please, Sarah. She said, Christina has spoke, let her speak, honey child.
Wait, let me see. I'm trying to go through I'm sorry, you guys, I can't comment back to you in here because I'm not signed in, but I'll drop my Finsta later.
And the Finsta is on the ooh, okay, I know y'all don't want me to talk, but let's talk. Let's talk real quick. Attention to detail is important. Accountability is important. Why y'all want to know her Finsta when it's on the Patreon post? But then y'all say, oh, I read the bio. I read his bio. I read it thoroughly. But I literally said the live is starting this No Tea No Shade at 8:30, and people like, where's the live? Where's the live? Yeah. I mean, we have to pay attention to detail. We have to. It's the same people that sign up for Patreon. It's like, oh, I didn't know that I would be charged today and the next day. Patreon, it's not a scam. It tells you. It tells you. Just like her Instagram is on the post. On both posts. It's 2 posts. Just like her Instagram is on both. But nevertheless.
And Sarah Barra, what other question did you have? Just drop it in the chat and I'll answer it. Wait, Chrissy.com, you said you went on a date with a pot and he had a lot of money. He took you to a nice restaurant, but some of the things were red flags. Like what were the red flags? Let's talk about it. Oh my God, you're frozen. Oh, okay, you're fine.
Yeah, it clicked. Let me move this mouse. It clicked out. If I freeze and you're still going, just continue it. You know my Wi-Fi is trash. You guys, if I freeze, I'll just have Christina keep going because my Wi-Fi is just garbage. I hate it here. And you know what? Can you see the comments?
Wait, okay, I can see now. Okay. Where? Uh-oh. Why can't I hear you? Are you saying something?
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm reading comments. Because you don't know these people. That's why. You need a Finsta to build a real relationship because y'all build relationships with people online all the time through Instagram and y'all don't even know if that's really them. Y'all been following each other on IG for 2 years. You don't know if this is really them. I say, no matter, I don't think y'all understand. The hypergamy game, whatever game you're in, stop giving so much details about your real life. Like, you really need to stop. These men don't need to know anything. Like, I'm telling you, before I got married, like, he didn't know my real name until probably a few months later. It don't matter. It really don't. Well, I mean, it was before we got married, but like, no, they don't need to know all this information.
Somebody said they like to use their credit card to rack up points. I totally get that. But if you can't afford to pay the bill in full at the end of the month, you should probably stay away from it.
Period. Because that credit card debt, this is a business. Y'all, this is a business. They not giving you all this credit because they not mad when the people don't pay it back. They owe them for life.
Yeah. Why would you want to pay 15, 20, 30% on something that you could have just paid for in cash or just paid right back after, you made the purchase? So I'm all for racking up points. I actually do that, but I pay my bill in full before the end of the month because I don't like interest. And I don't like giving people money that they don't deserve. At all.
I do make big purchases on my credit card and I do pay them back in full. I don't do that $25 a month, and I'm scared of men who do that. That's $50. Yeah. I need answers, but I think it's because I'm scarred.
Yeah. But it's gonna take you to make that change in your own personal life so that you can recognize the red flag in a man that's kind of living beyond his means.
Right.
Interesting.
And someone said, I want to kind of go back to the girl who said something about being unattractive. What did she say exactly? Do you remember?
She said what?
Someone said something about being attractive.
You're attractive to somebody, but that comes from within. Like, you have to love you. Why don't you love you?
I get that. I get that. But that goes back into realistic standards. Just about, like I said, if you find yourself unattractive or whatever, like I said, you don't feel like we want you to do the inner work, right? We want you to do the inner work because we want you to feel good about yourself. But I also want you to be okay with finding a man who loves you for who you are and will spoil you for who you are. And that man that's making $100,000 a year and you making 40, because let's be realistic. Not every, like we said, they said that not minimum wage. They said middle class was 60,000.
68.
So, and what's the percentage of that? Was like 20% or something? It was a weird number. It's a weird number.
With the inflation, it's probably $40,000.
So then you, as feeling, I'm not attractive, you could elevate yourself to the type of woman making $40,000 a year, to elevating yourself, rising up, taking care of yourself, getting yourself social climbing, getting yourself out of poverty, and then dating someone who makes 3 times that, but thinks like, wow, how did I find this woman? Like, she's amazing. Like, this is the type of woman that millionaires get. Like, he feels lucky. That's what you ladies need to realize. You need to be with somebody who feels lucky to be with you. That's why we can't compare ourselves to the people on Instagram. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not realistic.
Oh, Chrissy said he was really boring and I had to hold most of the conversation. He seemed shy and had low confidence. Okay. So we just talked about vetting. You need to make sure he has everything else you need because the guy that has a super like huge boatload of confidence, he's not ready to settle down. So if this guy likes you and he has everything else that's great on paper, you need to investigate that a little bit further.
Great
He
on
may
paper.
be.
What's great on
Yeah.
paper mean?
Great on paper is everything we talked about. Great salary, willingness to give, good character. You are, attracted to him physically. I mean, I think that's important for a lot of people. Um, yeah. And is open to giving to you. It's you. You are the special thing that just gets in his life and makes him feel alive. That's what we need to focus on.
Girl, it's the comments for me, but
I'm just now scrolling through most of them. I'm trying to not,
so I was like, I like the shy ones. I do too. I
Yeah,
really do too. Because I'm the loud one. I'm the one that's gonna be talking.
Listen, I've had
Oh,
some
okay.
comments, and I'm gonna tell you right now, all they had was dick and conversation, maybe some meals, but they're not giving. They're not giving. They're not.
I'm like, I like being the star of the relationship, honestly, truly.
Yeah.
But me and old man, we dibble and dabble in who's the celebrity because he thinks he's the star. Okay, so we were talking about character. Let's get into something that we really was talking about that we thought was important. Who influences their life? And again, we're still talking about the spoiled girlfriend route. We're still talking about finding a partner who's going to treat you correct. Who influences them is so important. Christina, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find out who their friends are, who they're around, who they go to for advice. Um, if they have blood sucking relatives that always are like in their pockets, you got to understand his outlook on life, on marriage, on finances, how he feels about himself, how he feels about women, especially if he has kids. Like, does he have a negative relationship with the child's mother? Does he see his kids? Do they live in the same state? How often does he see his kids? Does he send money for them kids? Whew, I mean, I could continue.
Can we
gotta-
God,
oh wait, there's
I
another
want the church to say amen.
Another thing is how he feels about working in corporate America. You could really get some down to how
Are y'all
somebody
taking
feels
notes?
about work.
Like I'm serious. Are y'all taking notes? Because this is where this live. I don't want this live to go over 2 hours, but it just to me it's so important. I'm gonna use Summer Walker as an example. The baby mamas, although not much to say about them, they warned this girl. They said he don't take care of his kids. He's a nothing ass Negro. And what happened? She still went to have a baby by him. And what position does that put her in? He did not have good character. He didn't have good character. How you treat your kids, because I don't want no kids, but how you treat your kids, and I'm gonna be like a stepmom. If I'm not gonna be a stepmom to a man and we get married, where the hell the kids at? That's important for me to know. Where are these kids? I'm not gonna be with somebody because even though I don't want kids, what if I do get pregnant? Is he gonna leave me like he left them kids? This is not a one-time incident, you guys. This is continuous, and people make what do we say about what I forgot what you were saying about how this is really who somebody is. Like you need to start believing who the person is.
Yeah, they show you, they tell you, but you just keep on going like this. You gotta believe people for who they are when they show you and they tell you. Yes, join in a circus willingly. Yes, Kendra. Oh my God. Yeah, you really got to pay attention. There was one guy that I dated years ago. He was younger than me, and I was like, all right, let me try this out. I never did this. And he had a kid, and I was asking him all these questions. He wasn't seeing his kid because he had some type of blow up with his son's mom. And I was like, so tell me what happened. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then how much money do you pay every month? He was behind on child support. Behind. I was like, okay, so listen, you're cool and everything, but I don't deal with men that don't take care of their children. You've got to see your son. She needs a break and he needs his dad. So I think this is the type of conversation you need to have with her. And, let me know how that goes. So he showed me receipts. A couple of days later, he sent money. I encouraged him to have that conversation on what to say to apologize to her. He was able to see his son the next week. And then they set up a schedule so he can see his son like every other week. Listen, you've got to set your standards to the point where it lets him know you've got to do right by the people in your life, and then you're going to do right by me. Because if you don't do it, you're out of here. So if you don't encourage them to be better, they're not going to be better. Women really do have a lot of power. And we set the standard, and we really got to encourage men to do better because they're out here. They're in the pool, contaminating it for everyone else. Like you encourage one man, he encourages another. Come on, we all benefit from it. I know that there were some men that I have coached into being better men, and they ended up being a good husband to another woman. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that moment when someone did the same thing that I did, so I could benefit from the work of that woman. So we really gotta, set our standards and stop giving men things that they don't deserve. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
And then we could go into basically you setting your standards and how you get there's a lot. I feel like I want to still talk about that, but I won't. Okay, so back to how really quick how they treat their family and like their and who they're around, who influences them. Honestly, you guys, I know sometimes y'all meet a circle of friends and it's like 5 guys, and you're like, oh, his friends are dusty. He's dusty too. Birds of a feather, I believe it. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm telling you. If his friends are dusty, cheaters, manipulators, he is a part of that crew.
Yeah.
It's 2 Live crew. I'm telling you. They are a group. No, for real. No, they're really a group. So you have to look at who they hang around and who influences them. And also take a look at, like, when I talk about the spoiled girlfriend round, I always bring up, mention to your guy, like, oh my God, like my friend's fiance, this is a pop, right? You tell him, my friend's fiance is flying me out to Dallas. Y'all can use me. Chanel, she's getting proposed to, and he wants, all her friends and family to be there. So he's paying for the tickets, and he's putting us all up in the Thompson Dallas downtown. So you want to know his reaction to that, right? You want to know, like, okay, is he like, oh wow, he's doing too much, or oh wow, how much money he got? You want to see if the reaction is dusty. But also something that Christina said, but you said this on the phone earlier. You said, what about the reaction to his friend cheating? How does he react to that? Is he okay with his friend cheating on his woman? Like it's the same way. It's the same way, because if he's like, oh well, yeah, Devin went out last night and slept with some stripper. How do you know? Were you there? Like it's certain things where you like, and it's not even about cheating, because honestly, for the right amount, okay, listen. But it's more so about your character. You just that's just fine with you. That's okay. We got to sit in this woman's face, and we know she's been cheated on. Like how casual he is. Is that how he feels? Like those are just certain things that you ladies should be paying attention to.
Yeah.
Guys who are easily influenced by their friends, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Unless they friends is a good circle and they friends all get married, and now he want to pull out that ring. Okay.
You know what? Someone that has something to lose is not going to have dusty friends. I mean, if he's like truly progressive in his career, cares about himself, like works out, like has money, he doesn't want to have dusty friends. So
very much true.
Yeah. Big red flag.
So, okay, then we can talk because we talked about this on the previous live that we had together, just about like your gifts and how you know, set standards and you do get money sent to you really fast. And let's just talk about how you set them, like your conversations. I mean, I've never seen you not get a gift. So,
I just think I'm funny. I mean, I'll be like super funny like right now, but I'm funny. So I use my personality and my femininity to kind of speak to these guys. That's it. And that's all. Like, you're consistent in the conversation if you start off in the app. One thing I learned from you is to not have too many conversations going on at once. I mean, when I first got into the chat and I won the challenge, Chanel had logged into my Bumble account and I had about like 60 conversations going on. There's
never seen
absolutely
nothing like it.
no way you can develop a relationship with 60 people at one time. It's impossible. And there were a lot of, I think some bags I kind of fumbled in that because I was all over the place and I had like too many apps going too. So I really think you should try to maybe have 5 or so conversations going on at once and try to be consistent in your responses and vetting those people properly so that you can see if they're worth keeping around. So yeah, just having a good personality, have awesome pictures on your profile, having a bio there that's kind of fun and flirty, that's not too um, obvious by using those words that are outdated. You've given a million synonyms for generous and all of that. So, people need to be a little bit more creative and try to have the conversations. I gotta definitely tell you guys that like guys see certain words that trigger them and they will swipe to the left on you just because they feel like you're a particular way. So really take the time to have a good bio. It doesn't have to be long, just a short synopsis of who you are, your personality, and what you hope to find. I think that will set you apart from a lot of women that's on these sites.
And someone said, I'm currently taking a break from apps. I can't do it. It stresses me out. And, Christina said it is good to take a break. And I also believe that if it's stressing you out, you're just doing it wrong. Like I'm telling you, this should not stress you out. This is actually this is the part-time job you have that's fun. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. And I have this old post that I should actually bring up was that you ladies are, whether you know it or not, are chatting with multimillionaires,
Mm-hmm.
CEOs, doctors, dentists, people who own firms. You are chatting with these men, right? And although it might not seem like it, or it might be an area we don't know, but building that network and connecting with these people, I'm telling you, this is important. This is important. And that's why I had that sugar baby cleanse post. Because all the dusties that's been in your life that you got your contact list and it's full of 100 people. They gotta go. They gotta go. And these new men, they need to come up on there. No matter if they spend money or not. These are allies in your finesse community because this guy could not be your guy, so he can invite you to somewhere where you meet your guy. You never know. You could just be great friends. And that's another thing too. You ladies don't want to be friends with these men, and it's weird because having guy friends to me, it's important. Again, they invite you out to meet other people. Oh, I have this girl, it didn't work out for us, or we met on this app, but we never really dated. But I have this guy who's a prince. That's how it happened to Megan. But no, for real, it can happen like that. So being friends and being friendly is okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm not saying date them for free. I'm not an advocate of that. I can't relate. But I am saying, keep them around, send gifs, text, communicate, or whatever. When they have their holiday party at Apple, you're in there. You're in there.
Yeah, sweet tea, we got to see your pics. Are you dropping them in the chat so that you can get feedback on it? Because the girls in the chat really would give you some feedback on your pictures. But I really want to find out more about why you don't feel as confident. I don't know if you got out of a bad relationship and it really did a number on your confidence or something like that. But you need to get to the root of what's making you feel unattractive. And once you figure that out, then you can work on fixing that. Let me see. Somebody else said something. Okay, says Shari's World said, earlier you mentioned giving back to generous men. How do you ladies give back to men in a feminine way, apart from being supportive and showing gratitude? Chanel gave her an example a long time ago, like old man always likes Fiji water. So one day she just, made sure he had that water available to him. Um, it goes back to what I said earlier as far as like taking notes from at the end of your dates. What were your conversations like? What is ailing him at that particular point in time? Is his grandfather sick? Is he sick? Um, does he like love tacos from this particular place? Is he having a stressful time at work? Like maybe, or is he very spiritual? Like maybe you can send him a scripture. If he's sick, maybe you could, I don't know, give him a little like sachet of like your favorite teas. Just something really small that shows like, I care about you, you're special, and I want you to be better so that you could be, back happy again. Stuff like that. Just listen to that man, whatever encourages that man, whatever um, makes him motivated, whatever makes him happy, that's what you should focus on. Men tell you everything you need to know, but half the time we're not listening because we're always strategizing on how we can get X, Y, and Z from him. But you can't develop your strategy if you don't listen. So it always starts there. So do that.
Um, and just a little story time was I worked at Williams Sonoma, and there was a couple there. And this is my first time telling this story, but please listen to this. Christina, you're gonna scream. So there was a couple that worked there, right? And this guy came in with like a Movado watch or whatever. It was the boyfriend came in with a Movado watch, and it was so cute. So we're all complimenting him, like everybody. It was really nice, like a nice little gold one. And we're like, "Where'd you get that? Like, it's nice." He's like, "Yeah, I got it for myself." Blah blah. Keep in mind, his girlfriend works there, right? And this is like the Movado watch. I know it could be as cheap as like 400 or something. Like the price range could be whatever. So we was like, giving him compliments. He was looking fresh that day or whatever. Next thing I know, like she comes in because I'm working in customer service. They both work in the warehouse. She comes in like later that day or the next day or something. And we're like talking to her or whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, for our anniversary, I got him this watch." And he didn't even, the funny thing is, like I said, when he said about the watch, he was like, "Oh, he basically got it for himself." He didn't even mention her. Keep in mind, we all work together. So, ladies, they're uncomfortable saying they get expensive gifts from y'all.
Yeah.
They are. They're not gonna say, "Oh, my wife got this for me," or "My girl, not wife, but my girlfriend got this for me," or whatever. Like you ladies tricking does nothing. It is nothing.
Yeah.
That was probably my prime example of I won't be spending that much money on somebody, especially if I feel like they don't invest in me. I really don't because he had her working in the warehouse. But I will say that it's something there. He felt uncomfortable. He felt like he used to say it was like she said he got it for her. She got it for him. It was so weird. But nevertheless, that's why, keep the gifts at the minimum. Some wine would be nice. Some cologne. You can never go wrong with cologne. You can never go wrong with cologne. And that's something if they smell good. "Oh yeah, my girl got me this." That's something that they will say. But the grand gesture, you are the grand, you are the gesture, and then just the little things that you do, candles. That's a funny thing too. So old man, during the winter storm, he didn't have power, and he thanked me so much because he has all these candles because I love candles. Christina loves candles too. So I brought him all these candles, and during the winter storm, he had candles because of me. So that's nothing. Like those candles literally came from Family Dollar. They wasn't like the nice ones that Family Dollar ones. But I got him like 10 of them, and he did, and it lit the room up. Okay, it was shining at nighttime. So it's just the little things, little voice memos, little videos to send out. I love sending little videos of creating playlists. I know I always say this, but I'll show you guys me and my boo's playlist. We're so cute. Oh my god. Well, I'm the cute one, but we this um so we have this playlist and it's called Cuddle and it's right here. And it's called our Cuddle playlist because we're waiting till marriage. But those are like our cuddle songs, and he loves Whitney Houston. And I got him a Whitney Houston shirt too from Fashion Nova. But yeah, little things, little things.
Chrissy.com, you said give an example of how you bring up a gift. Like what type of gift? A gift you would give him or a gift that you are trying to request? I need more details.
Oh my God. This she said, I'm screaming. She said, buying my pot a money counter for Christmas so he gets the hint. Listen, bye.
Oh wow.
I'm done. Leave.
Wow.
Leave. Because that might be the next gift old man gets, period. Count this money. Make sure that it's correct. Please.
Really just transfer it. Just, put that thumbprint down.
I'm screaming. That was so funny.
I can't type in the chat. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh, okay. What were you? What was the?
I just wanted to know, like, what she asked. Some more details about her question.
So what was it? Chrissy's question?
Yeah. Can you give an example of how you'd bring up a gift?
Oh, Chrissy.
You mean like Chrissy? No, it's just Chrissy.com. But are you talking about like in like when you match with someone in the app? I mean, yeah, Chanel has a million prompts on that. But you just pretty much figure out when the right time is to just kind of insert that into the conversation. You want them to be excited about booking a date with you. And then that's when you kind of ask, for some flowers or a lovely little gift card or perfume, anything like that. You're just testing the waters at that point. But that's typically what I like to ask for, flowers and a gift card. That's the easiest thing. And then when we go on a date, if we're at like a shopping center, we can walk around a little bit and then, walk into a store and buy a couple of things.
My Wi-Fi is tripping, y'all. Ugh, so ghetto. It says connection unstable.
You're fine. I can see you.
Yeah, it does that for a little bit, and then I'm gone.
I
have the best they can offer. It's this apartment building. Oh, can't wait to move. But that's all nice and stuff, Chrissy. But Christina, but tell us the real tea. Give us an example. Be honest. I said you were just no. So, tell us. There was 2 times just recently. Please. But what about the guy who came back?
Oh, but listen, I literally followed your. I followed your prompt. Listen, I put my little remix on, on stuff, and it works out. I was on, I think it was SugarDaddy.com.
Hold on a second. You're saying that, right? So someone uses the prompts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not working. You are stern and firm on it. You have to tell these ladies how. Like the way your rebuttals, you're ready for anything. You just you don't take the bullshit. You don't listen to nothing they say. It's like you listen to it and then you let them know, well, that's
listen. Okay, so I'll tell them about the one that I had screenshot and sent to you. And it turns out he was poor. That one. That's an example of vetting. Okay. So I matched with this guy and he was like, I'm coming to LA because he lived, I think, in North Carolina. I'm going to LA. I want to go to a Lakers game and I want to wine and dine you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Well, there's no time like the present. Oh, I asked him what types of what does he mean by wine and dine? And he was like, oh, okay, I give spa dates and handbags. And I said, oh, okay, well, no time like the present. I have a spa day scheduled for tomorrow, actually. It's gonna cost around $500. Did you need my cash app or anything? And he's like, oh, well, we have to talk about that. And I was like, well, sweetie, I know that you want me to be I can't even make this up. I can just read the whole thing. But I think I said something along the lines of, I know you want me to be, comfortable and ready to, have a good time with you when you get out here next week. So yeah, here's my cash app. So he hit me up the next day and was just like, hey, I just want to be honest with you. I didn't really have that much extra money to spend after, buying tickets for the Laker game and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, I appreciate your honesty. Have a good time. That's it. I didn't have to meet him. I didn't even speak to him on the phone. I was just able to extract that information, and he was respectful with everything. So that's one way to vet someone. But I've had other ways where I will use your prompt and put my own personality on it. More recently, it was the one where the guy was asking for additional photos. So I don't mind sending one because they want to make sure that you're real. But then he was like, oh, I'd like a few more. And I'm like, okay, well, what would you like them of? Because I like to see where their mind is. And he was like, oh, just a few. And I was like, oh, you're so silly. I'm going to have to charge you. LOL emoji. Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. So, so I put my Cash App in there and it rang 2 minutes later. So he and I are still talking. He travels for work, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But that was literally in the first day of our conversation. Mm-hmm. So it's really easy. You that just have to.
First day they talked, and he sent her money.
First day. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is not, and it's not a coincidence, you guys, because this is happening with her a lot. This is her thing. Yeah. And I know you don't want to bring up old boy who disappeared and came back, but I think it's important just to bring up the last part of the situation where you're like, hey, you need a grand gesture, and then what he did and why you didn't like that and why you cut him off.
Oh, okay, so that was another way to properly vet someone, and it led to a really good conversation too. So, okay, so I matched with him on Valentine's Day, because that was before we went to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So I was going to Atlanta for my birthday. And I was like, all right, let me see what's going on in that city. So I matched with him on Valentine's. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have a Valentine's, this year. And he was like, oh, really? Oh, well, what can I do, to help you with that? And I was like, oh, here's my Amazon wish list. So he got me a gift off my Amazon wish list that day. So we proceeded to have a conversation. We talked for probably about a week and a half. I was able to extract all of the information I needed, which was that he didn't make enough money for me. So I properly sent him on his way, respectfully. So randomly, I get a text message. I want to say this was maybe 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, hey, it's Jack. I know it's been a long time. I just wanted to see what was going on with you. And then he sends me a picture, because I sent him a selfie like earlier this year, right? He sends me the same picture that I sent him, because he only got one, and was like, oh my gosh, you're so hot. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so crazy. Why would you keep pictures of hot girls in your phone that you don't want to spoil? And he's like, I do want to treat you nice. So he calls me, and I said, this is like so 2 days later, he gives me a phone call. And in between, he was good morning and good afternoon me to death. And I'm never impressed with that. I never respond to it because it's empty contact.
Low effort.
Yeah, low effort. So I said, listen, I need you to do a grand gesture in order to get me to be motivated to speak to you, because you're coming back around again. So I just want to know that you're serious. So he was like, well, I remember you gave me your wish list earlier this year. You know, you can send that to me again. I would like to, you know, just do something for you. So he did. And so my wish list has a variety of things on there. They range in price from $100 to $1,200 on there. I was able to, he gave me a gift card. The gift card was for like $100. Now, that was a test. I needed to see that he was going to go above and beyond, because I asked for a grand gesture. And it just really meant that he was. And so I literally said, hey, I know that you purchased a gift card and it was such a nice gesture, but I was looking for something a little bit more considering you're coming back around and you're asking for my time and you've given me all of these wonderful compliments about who I am and, you know, the time that you want to spend with me and all of this stuff, but this isn't enough. And so I was able to extract that he has a lot of things going on financially and he isn't in a position. Um, and so he just wanted us to develop a friendship and figure it out. And I just told him that my friendship, I'm sorry, I met you on a dating site and I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for something that's bigger than that. And if it's something that you can't provide, that's okay. I really hope that you find what you're looking for. So I think for me, instead of cussing him out and getting all ghetto, you got to let people down respectfully because they could come back around and they could do something really nice for you. But you know, you got to be firm in the fact that you're not willing to waste your time and you have standards. So being able to be in a position to properly vet someone and use your level of discernment to find out exactly what you need, that's the kind of woman that you need to be in order to get what you want. So, yeah.
It leaves the door open, which the door should be closed with like a bolt and a lock and chains. But it leaves the door open because when he comes back again, he's not gonna come back empty-handed because she keeps telling him, "Oh, that was nice. That's not enough. Oh, that was nice. That's not enough." So when he does come back, I do think he's gonna come back a little bit more correct. I'm not gonna say he's gonna come back rich. I doubt that.
Yeah, no.
Um,
He doesn't have it, and that's okay. But I don't have time in my life right now to keep someone around that can only do what he does. I'm not interested.
right.
Some ladies may want that. That's not what I want. I need someone to give me something substantial, but that's because I know who I am and I can request that. But you know, somebody will try you every now and then. You got to let them know.
Yeah, and someone said, um, so for the spoiled girlfriend route, are you acting as if you're in a relationship, right? Um, so it depends on what you ladies consider a relationship because again, everyone has their own definition. Like if you are with a sugar daddy, that's a type of relationship. If you're with your friends, that's still a relationship, whether it's a friendship or not, it's still a relationship. So I wouldn't say like you're acting as if you're in a relationship. This is a relationship that you are building. Um, but like I said, a lot of you, I say this all the time, I hate repeating myself, a lot of you aren't actresses. So you're not acting like nothing. You should be actually in a relationship. um, this should be something that you are actively in. There should be no faking. I mean, for what? Um, like she said, some of you might want that $100 gift card, and I really hate to be here acting like we turn down $100 every day because we don't, and we shouldn't. For what? But if you are setting your standards and that's not what you want, then yeah, that's fine. She offered to send it back, and he said no, keep it as he should. Um,
Yeah, I did. I really did. I
he
was
did
like, hey,
offer.
I can talk it back. It's no big deal. And he was like, no, I want you to keep it. I really wanted you to buy yourself something nice. It was for Sephora. Of course, I'm gonna buy something else. Well, it was on his level. But he was still willing to give. So yeah.
And I just want to say, um, the the ladies who I'm not giving you $100. I'm not giving you $200. I'm not giving you a gift card. I mean, maybe for the Sugar Baby Challenge which the date has been changed to 11/11. If you guys did not know, y'all have time to enter. But I won't be. Besides that, Christina won't be giving you no money. So I can't tell you to turn down any money. I can tell you to set your standards, of course, but it scares me when I know that y'all have dated the Poe. When I know that nobody has brought you roses before. Like I said, realistic standards. No one has done this. No one has, but not for say you. It's been done for you. I'm not talking about you. And if you feel attacked, then it might be you. It might be you. But I'm talking about the women who really ain't had shit done for them. Mm-hmm. Setting your standards would be getting something done for you. It's baby steps. I'm very confused. If you don't know how to get 1,000, you don't know how to get 10,000. I'm just confused on people who think that Rome was built overnight. That they laid down one brick and then there's Rome. That's not how it worked. It was brick by brick. Okay. And we can't do this alone. It's not a one woman team. You need advice. You need friends. You need Patreon. You need other women who are giving out level up advice, high ranking advice. You need it all. All this information is here for you that was not here years ago. I'm telling you. I remember. I was big.
It was not.
It was not here. What you say?
I said, I'm here to tell you. I'm older than you guys. So yeah. It wasn't around.
It wasn't around. If you ask, I'm telling you, if you ask somebody something back then, they lips were sealed. I was for real, I was trying to ask, so how y'all, where y'all finding these ballers and shot callers at? Nobody would tell me nothing, honey child. See, thank you, Sheila, for being honest. She said, true, never had a man spoil me at all. That is a lot of women. Like, that's the case with a lot of women. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that because when I tell you, and I think I said this before in one of my lives, and I'm not being dramatic. One time I was sitting in my car, and this was before I even, this was like after I had like got a divorce or whatever. And I was in my car and I started crying because I'm like, where the fuck is the men who are going to make my life easier? Like, where is, and I know I could do it myself, but like I said, you need some help. You can't do this alone. So why do I keep attracting the poor? I kept asking myself that because I was putting myself in poor ass, ghetto ass situations. So I said, why do I keep attracting these same type of men who not spending money? I thought I had it too. I was like, my ex, it made me wonder about going back with him because I was like, he was balling out. He was doing things where I didn't have to worry about nothing. And then to go back into the dating field, it was ghetto. It was ghetto. They weren't spending shit. They wasn't doing nothing. So I just remember my car crying like, this is what it is. This is what's out here. This is what I left to be in. Like, I should have stayed with that cheating ass motherfucker. But it took a lot of holding myself accountable because I was a part of the problem. My standards was I wanted somebody to take me out of that Dodge Challenger and put me in a Bentley coupe the next day. Also, I would not give these men conversation. I was one of those women that if an older man or anybody came up to me, I'd be like, ooh, what he want? Like, I don't know. I was just very much not friendly. Another thing about myself, I would not change the way I handled each guy. Everybody got handled the same exact way. Everybody got the same exact Chanel. And some of these men were good men and they didn't deserve the same exact Chanel. Like, they deserved a nicer, sweeter, calmer Chanel that old man gets. He gets that. But I think that it's okay. Not everybody came from the situation I came from. I know Christina didn't, but I came from the bottom of the barrel. Okay, the bottom. And I held myself accountable, and I think that a lot of us should do that. I'm big on accountability. Like, I really am. You got to realize that it's sometimes something you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes your standards are unrealistic. And again, I always say charge a fee because that's the only thing I know. Especially, that's what I learned. But at the same time, when we're charging these fees, let's make sure that we're being kind, we're being sweet, we're being understanding, we're being consistent, and that it's not necessarily like a hustle and bustle. It's really developing relationships with these people because, it could be you blocking your own blessings. Oh, I saw something following me. But it could be you blocking your own blessings. Yeah. Um, oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, you guys, but there was something that it's okay to change. Ooh, it's
It,
okay.
yeah, you should be changing for
Yeah,
the better.
for the
All
better.
the
And I say this all the time, like when women ask me, like ask for advice, I give them the advice I know, but I would be fraudulent to act like that I know the stuff that Christina knows. First off, she's older than me. Second off, she's in a whole different career field. Um, she also has a child that she's birthed. I mean, I have a child too, but she has a whole baby that she had. Um, and I feel like I've learned from her. I've learned from some of the women in the chat. If you ladies are getting help from anybody, or if you ladies are listening to advice from someone and they claim to know it all, it's a lie. No one knows it all. Everyone needs help. No one is like a lot of stuff I have done by myself, and I realized that I worked harder to do it because I was afraid to ask for help. And I was afraid to act like, and when you meet people like Christina, or you meet people, women in the finesse world, and especially me, I'm cautious because these girls are scandal. But when you meet people like Christina, who is giving me all this information, and I'm just like, why is she doing this? Why is she so nice? Like, why is she want to? Because some women really want to see you level up and change your life, and they know you could do better. They know you're here and you can get up there. So I just wanted to shock Christina out real quick.
You're so sweet. Yeah, I don't know. That's just in my nature. And I have people close to me that if you are my friend, I'm going to care for you. So that's just what it is for me.
Someone said, "Oh, access the group chat." If you've been on Patreon for 2 months, you can DM me. You can message me on Patreon.
Yes, get back to the meat. Not
Please.
just having meat.
And
Please.
yeah, and what? Yep, society makes you think you have to
Oh
be.
my
You
God.
can't do it. You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I right now I'm sitting here like, no, I can't do this shit. No.
Yeah. And you shouldn't want to. That's why I'm gonna have you guys, get ready to find you somebody that does want to do it all, so that you could rest in your femininity and, be able to receive the way that you should be able to.
Right. And so something about what someone said, you can tell Christina is very seasoned in this game. Someone said, someone in the level up are so catty. Maybe some women she meant. Honestly, Christina in my life. Plus, I was raised by a single father, so trying to change being manly. Oh, I get it. Masculine ways from having a father. I know a few who, especially if the father wasn't loving and like nurturing and very.
Because he can't teach you how to be a woman. He can teach you how you should be treated from men.
Yeah.
But yeah, a woman teaches you how to be a woman. So I get that. But you can change. You can totally change. You can adopt some really great principles of femininity and learning how to deal with men and appreciate them, so that you can get the life you want. You literally can negotiate anything. You can negotiate the life that you
want. That girl. I be getting tired of your negotiating that. For real. I'm like, oh, you do it. I'm like, you do it. I be ready to just. But okay, so I have something to say to Sweet Tea. Was that the one that was talking about her looks, as far as like, or how her self-esteem and stuff? So I want to say this. I don't know what your situation is. Sorry, my lash is like coming off. Was it this one? I think it's this one. So Sweet Tea, this is directed at you and any other woman who feels the way that you do. I don't know your situation. I don't know if you've been told like you were unattractive, or you are someone made you feel that way. I will tell you this, that I want you to level up. I want you, if you need to get the body done, get the body done. If you need to get the nose done, get the nose done. I want you to do what you do to make yourself feel good and work on your inner self, outer self, whatever. But I need y'all to realize who are telling you, who are these people that are telling you you're ugly? Who are these people that are telling you you're not good enough? They're poor. They're poor. They're poor.
Yep.
So let's start with that they're poor. And there is no reward in being the preference of the poor. There is no reward for being the preference of the ghetto. That reward is being a baby mama with hella kids. That reward is a struggle fucking lifestyle. That they don't give out good prizes. They really don't. So somebody you really have to look at who, and I do this all the time because people say all type of things about me, and I look at them and I'm like, wow, this is disgusting for you because you really have the audacity. You really have the audacity. So it will always be the audacity. It will always be the ghetto. You don't want to be the preference of the poor. You don't want to be the preference of the ghetto. I'm telling you, when you look at who is saying these things, when you think back to the ex that might have made you feel like, oh well, I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, all this. I promise you, look at who the fuck they really are. Look at who they are.
Yeah.
They're nothing.
You probably should have left a long time ago, but you know, you really need to explore why you decided to stay. Like there's just so much more in that conversation that we need to have. But yeah, agreed.
Oh, she said, I don't have self-esteem, low self-esteem. My self-esteem is not tied by my looks, but I hear you. I don't know who said it, but I'm just saying, like, you guys, you have to be careful on, like, just how you feel about certain things and who's making you feel this way.
Yeah. Misery loves company. Whew.
They do. They really do. I'm sorry. I didn't know what was said. I just heard the girls, like, going back and forth with you, but, yeah, she said, or the celebrities are putting unrealistic standards out there, and we're living in the world with real people. Some of these celebrities are poor too. I met a few.
I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember when Bow Wow was posting that he was on a private jet and he was in like Coach? Do you remember that? Do you remember like a couple of years ago when the Instagram baddies was posting pictures in houses, but there was no furniture and there wasn't any furniture for a very long time? Yeah, because they rent those places to take the photos to make you guys feel less than that they've got all this stuff going on. They don't. The rent still needs to be paid. And it's high.
Right. And she said, it was me. I do identify as an ugly woman, but I don't have low self-esteem because of it. I get that. I get it. Like, you know, sometimes, like, no, I totally get it. Because there's people that'll be like, oh my God, no, you're beautiful. First off, I haven't seen you. So if I said that, that'd be a lie. And no, for real. And I also feel like it's reality for some people to be realistic on how they feel about themselves. I'm being honest. You could tell somebody they're beautiful all day, but when you go into the world and you really, you know, that it is what it is. It really is. So I totally get that because I remember like there was a live where these girls were like, "Oh, she's gorgeous, girl. You don't even see her pictures. Why y'all here? You're lying." But yeah. Yes, I believe in working and changing to a female woman daily. It's hard because I'm getting advice from YouTube. It would be easier if I was. Someone actually brought that up in the chat.
What?
This, I will put it here. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. I'm reading it.
About building connections with, you know.
Yeah, friend circles really do matter. And having someone that isn't a hater in your life, like truly giving you advice. Like, I don't have a hating bone in my body. I have no reason to. Things in my life are great. So anything that I offer is literally from the heart because I want what's best for you. So yeah, I totally agree. I get it. How can we, okay, so what do you suggest that, you know, you'd want to see on Patreon to kind of give you more advice? Like, do you want to maybe post something so they can probably drop some questions about, like, I don't know, what the next subject should be for the lives, or maybe some more podcasts?
Yeah. I think the next subject will be, I already think I know the next subject. So, but yeah, but Anya, I don't know if she's watching this, but she definitely talks about having a council and a friend circle, because no one did it alone. No one did it alone. You have to have those friends. I have best friends and I have friends who I know who I can talk to, and it is important to have that circle. It really is. You cannot do it alone. Sometimes the journey gets lonely, but just
Yeah,
know that it does. It really does. But
yeah. But you got to know that you got to drop the dead weight, whether it's friends, family, that dusty that you're with. I mean, sometimes that peace and that quiet is really the time that you need so that you can kind of evaluate what's really important in your life so that you can continue to move forward. So don't take that loneliness, you know, of you dropping that dead weight as a negative thing. It's definitely a positive.
um, and it would be cool to connect with other girlies who live in our city. I just want to know, are y'all on Patreon? I make a post every other day. Drop your Finsters with your location. Like I do this. A lot of stuff y'all ask, I do it consistently. I make sure that it's there. Like I want y'all to connect with people. I do. And I would prefer, because I have made a post about this, when you ladies comment, that you do include your Finsta, or you do, like, say if you have a question, okay, hey, what time is alive? This is such and such from this city. This is my Instagram. That's a huge way of like getting noticed on Patreon and following each other. There's really not, you know, I mean, I've seen people drop their Finsta, drop their cities, drop their age all the time. There's like 9 million. Um,
You know what? The thing about a good friend, you've got to be a good friend too. Can we start there? If you're not a good friend, you're not going to have good friends. Um, so you set the standard of how your friendships should go. And if somebody's not pulling their weight, then they don't need to be around. You got to keep going.
right.
I don't like laziness from my friends. My friends know that I love gifts. I like to eat. I need to eat on time. I like to be appreciated. And I give a lot. So when you set the standard of the type of friend that you are, then you will attract that for yourself as well. So
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Like, I think, yeah. Who said, man, I really need this girl talk? Yes, I love it. I love it here. I had this. I think we had 2 hours now. So,
oh my God, yeah, my
I
goodness.
can't believe we did this. This is like my first dual live. This will not be my last. This is what I'm doing. I'm bringing the girls on here. This is gonna be fun, because usually I have my little ratchet iPhone posted up. Like, no, this is the way to go. I'm,
And
I
it's here. I like it.
um and stop ignoring red flags. You know what's so
Yes,
crazy
baby,
is,
wait like this, Kendra. Oh my
yes,
goodness.
my friends can be a lot. I don't know, like my friends can do a lot of stuff. I just want a friend that's going to be able to be accountable. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep talking about that, but if you can't sit here and tell me you was in the wrong, or if you can't sit here and apologize, we can't be friends. We just can't. We can't. I can't do this with people. I can't do this with people, because you're not an asset. You're a liability. And if y'all see me, y'all be like, oh my God, Chanel's not around that person no more. I cut them off. I don't care no more, because I give women time after time, and I'm like Christina. I'm a very giving friend. Like I'll pay for dinners. I do a lot. I do a lot. I treat my friends really well, and it's not. I'm always there for them. I'm very consistent, and if you're not accountable for what you do and how you're doing it, then yeah, liability real fucking fast, and not an asset, and you gotta go. And that's why a lot of people get cut off. And also in this level up journey, you will get the haters. I've had people say, oh, what did you have to do for that? What did you have to do for that? Nothing. I got to be me, and I got a man to love me for it. So I don't really have to do too much. But you will have those type of friends, and especially just back to going the spoiled girlfriend route, when you are becoming someone's girlfriend, and you are in this role as being a girlfriend, you are they want to know your friends just as much. Do you really want to introduce them to the ratchets and the clatchets? Like, You don't want to do that because then he's gonna see like, oh, well, this is the type of women that she hangs out with. So definitely get you a nice circle that you do trust, especially on this journey. So
Yeah, stop paying for everything. I don't even want to say her name because that's terrible. Your mom's. I want her to change that name so bad. She says, I always pay for everything and give for my friends. I need to stop because it's becoming expected of me to provide, when I should be receiving. Yeah, they have to appreciate you. You can't just be the one that's giving all the time.
right. And another thing too, it's so funny is like that when I say that I want people to hold themselves accountable, I do too. So it takes me a while, but I do realize mistakes that I make, okay? Because I know you were gonna look at me like that. I I wouldn't it's really even in relationships, especially in like my current ones where it is hypergamous, you have to understand that some things are not worth fighting over. Some things you have to be the bigger person and let it go because I'm telling you, these men work hard and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to fight all the time. They don't want to go back and forth with somebody all the time. And that's why you guys, I really don't care what happens. I won't be going back and forth with nobody. It's not enough energy. It's very draining. And it's important for you ladies to understand like that it's okay to let go. It's okay because what like Christina said, rest in your femininity. You have to. You don't have to there's ways that you can go ahead and establish like okay, you're upset about something without coming off rude, without coming off nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what friends and the guys too. But then there's some women that'll hear the live and be like, oh well, I don't know what she's talking about because you don't want to hold yourself accountable. Mm-hmm. So you're never going to be an asset to somebody. You're always going to be a liability, and that's just the way it is. I love Sweet Tea's roses as her fame. Those are
yeah.
I think she was on the last live and I was like, I want those, and she was like, get old man to get them. But he don't do none. None of
Oh no. Alana says she's rude. Girl, we gotta work on that.
Oh, I like the honesty here.
Yeah, gotta work on that.
I really do. She said, well, one man won't and the other man will. Okay, listen.
But no man wants a complaining, rude woman though.
No man. No man.
No man.
Nagger. Oh, that's something too. When I told y'all that I was crying in my car, like what type of man being sent my way? I was not anymore, but I was a huge nagger, nagger. And it's not good. And if you know what I did one time, I recorded a conversation that I was having, and I was like, "This is why." Because I'm nagging, and it's not good. Nobody wants to hear the same things over and over and over. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. If they're not, they're not. That's just that.
And they start to feel like you don't trust that they heard you the first time. You didn't give them the space in order to produce whatever you were asking for too. Like it's a whole ordeal with learning to deal with men. So
now we can go to the part where I say drop your finstas. Do you want to? Can you put yours in or no?
I can't type in. Can you put mine in for me?
Yeah, I can put it in. Because I think I get it mixed up with the.
Alana, just be quiet. Cooler heads prevail.
Oh, okay, yours. Yeah, yours.
Yeah, put mine. Don't even say the word nag. Say encourage to produce.
Yes.
Inspire. Those are the.
I was nagging. My honesty, I was nagging. Well, why didn't you do this? Like you said that this was going to be done. Why wasn't it done? That's not encouraging. It's not.
It's true. I get it.
Arguing the fee though.
Did you drop it already or are you typing?
Stop it.
Oh.
Did I put that in right though? Because it's the real
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I before E. Yes. Okay, so yeah, everybody can drop their Finsta if you want. Drop your age. And what else do they? Yeah, that's it. Drop your age. Oh, your city, your Finsta, age, and city. Because I feel like age is important too. I don't like no young friends. No tea, no shade. Um, so this is live, so I'll be able to save the YouTube. Oh, I gotta make sure that I'll be able to save this one. I think it's fine if I save it here. And your Finstas too with your age. Oh,
I want to know if the older girls like have questions about stuff.
like how old, much older?
I don't know, in your 30s, like mid to late. If you have a kid, because I have a kid, so I could definitely talk to you guys about that.
38, Ohio.
Okay, I'm 38. Yeah, all my girls in the 30s. Yeah, y'all need to be looking for a husband, girl. So if you guys want to have conversations about that, like really, what's the word I'm looking for? Disqualifying the unqualified and getting to the root of that conversation, we could do that. What about your mom? She's in her 50s. She could level up too.
Oh, it's never too late.
Never. Never.
Oh, Kendra said today years old when I found out you had a child, girl.
Are you serious?
I mean, I could see that.
My daughter, 13. 13. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's the girls are in their 30s.
Girl, I mentored someone who is 41. Girl, you gotta lead by example. Oh, I felt that one. Ah!
What?
She said, I'm trying to get all my sisters to level up, but I guess I have to lead by example.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm telling you, and everybody can't come. Don't like if they weren't. I'm telling you, if they didn't really wasn't there through that process, do they need to be on a private jet with you? I don't know. I don't know.
Do I tell men I have a kid? I do. I don't lead with that in the conversation. Sometimes it doesn't even come up in the initial conversation in the app. I bring it up maybe over dinner after they've told me about, their life and their children and stuff. But majority of the time, I'm always matched with someone a little bit older, which I like, and they always have children. And so it's never an issue. Never. Like, ever, ever. Get out of here, finessing. Yes, mentally and physically. I get it.
It's a lot of like 39, 34.
Yeah.
Should I look for a 60 and up? That's really depending on if you're what are you in this for? SD? Are you in this for a husband? Or do you want because what we want you to do is manifest the husband that you do want. If you want somebody around your age, I would say 40. That's fine. You don't have to be with someone who is 60, but with the 60 and 65, they consider you young. You're young, tender.
So the age is not necessarily the biggest factor. It's what he has to offer you. Because you could be 60 and broke.
Right.
You've already completed your 401k, your pension, whatever. So we really need to look at the whole package. It isn't just about just go 60 and up. It's more than that.
Yeah, true.
He said, I need a sugar daddy husband. Right. Any man should be your sugar daddy that you give your time to.
Oh, this. She said, I feel the same way. My sister is 24 and dealing with a dusty.
Mm.
My mom is 51 and relearning how to love herself. So I gotta lead by example if I want them to hear me out. Girl, I'm telling you, it's a cold world.
Alana, I have one time, and that's all I needed.
Was it? Oh boy.
My sugar daddy. What?
Wait, but are you talking about oh boy? That younger guy? That someone like
Yeah, the youngin', yeah. Oh, let me see. She said, I'm 29 and afraid of turning 30 because I feel like I'm not where I should be at. Listen, comparison is a thief of joy. Listen, stop comparing your life to other people's. You focus on your own. You be where you want to be. Make your own goals, achieve them, and find someone who will help you reach those goals. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing because they're trying to keep up appearances for the majority of people that don't even care about them. So don't worry about it.
It's a quote from one of my favorite shows, Game of Thrones. That's what me and old man used to watch together. But they said you are exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
That's it. You're exactly where you need to be. And that shit is deep. When you really think about it, like, yeah, you are. That's it. If it's meant to be, it is. Someone said, what career field are you in?
Risk management. Oh, there's so much pressure for women to have it all together by 30. I know. That's from society, but it's a lie. It's a lie.
And there was another quote. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a Pinterest fanatic, but it said, your 20s is not your prime, it's your primer. So I honestly believe that it's laying down, it's what you put on before you lay down the foundation. So everybody always thinks, well, the 20s is where you have it, that where you about to be in your prime. Like, no, I know women in their 30s, 40s, that's their prime. They're doing the damn thing. Because you learn so much.
Yes. But I was willing to take a look in the mirror and actually say, you know what, you could improve on these areas and do the work to improve. Right. Single mom in the city said, I'm 39 from San Francisco. How do you inspire men to spend? It starts with you. Like, you've got to be confident. Chanel has 1,000,005 prompts on Patreon. Throw one of those out there in a conversation.
But we talked about
yeah,
this.
We talked about that. Yeah.
But no. I'm just saying, as far as like, I give you ladies the prompt. I give you the game, right? But the game only works if you have confidence. And that's where it really lies at. Like, if you are 150% sure about what you bring to the table, if you know that this is who I am, and when you use these prompts, they should empower. You know what I'm saying? They should influence. But they don't create a man that spends money.
No. Emlo, I don't say I live there. Not unless I'm bi-coastal do I say I live there. I just say, like, oh, I'm going to be visiting family, in 2 weeks. I'll just say something like that. Or I'm going out there for a conference or, name said event.
The majority, don't get me to making up statistics, but the majority of the men you talk to, and who has bought you gifts, they weren't in your city.
No, half of them I never met.
What fucking buy? I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all. I just realized it's even funnier. She said, half of them I never met. I'm done. Do y'all hear this woman? And you were like, I think I'm funny, but no, you be serious. And it be funny. That's the thing. No, I noticed that because you be like, there's this guy from Ohio. I said, what? Yeah, he's coming out to LA. He said, I'm like, what's
Mm.
going on?
Every man I talk to is not necessarily giving, like the example I gave you guys earlier, but a good amount of them are. A good amount of them are. So,
Uh, it's so funny because I think that we connected so easily because you were like, oh yeah, Chanel, use your prompt, it worked, but how do I get more? Like you always were like,
yeah.
using it and it was working for you. And I was like, okay, so if it's working for, and a lot of women, but when I seen you just be able to use it on Bumble or use like that, I'm like, what is she doing where I could like help other women kind of get where she's at? And you she didn't get where she was at overnight. So this I think is more so like, yeah, like someone said, you're seasoned in the game. Um, you just needed a new little finesse, and that's where you found me.
Yeah. So so I started your group like last year, right? Late last year, kind of. I want to say in the fall sometime.
So, are you
And
sure? Because wasn't the challenge like spring challenge?
no, it was like in September.
Oh,
Yeah. So what I wasn't used to was seeing guys like just come out and ask for it. I had never experienced that before. I just think it was a pandemic surgence of weirdness that got online or something. And I remember I DM'd you and I was like, what is this? And you're like, he is looking for an escort.
yes. Because you don't know nothing
Oh
about
my
these pages stuff like that.
God.
Uh,
What age did I start my level up journey? Honestly, I've always only dated men who were giving. I remember I was in college and I needed a place to live. I moved right on in. That's a whole nother story time. Y'all could do that too, but we're not gonna talk about that today. But I've always had very giving men. It was just the standard. As far as me being as confident as I am right now, I would probably say that happened a couple of years ago. I always thought that I looked good and, dressed appropriately, always carried myself nice, well groomed, all that kind of stuff. But when I figured out who I was and what I bring to the table, that was actually a few years ago. I'd probably say maybe 4 or 5 years ago, honestly.
that was around the same time. Like 5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
And then they said another question is important. And then we can start. And they said, Christina, what apps are you using? So you can say that and like, what's your favorite apps and stuff.
I on my phone right now. Bumble, Hinge. I just signed up for sugardaddy.com. I'm only doing that for a month, but so far it's been fruitful. And that's it. That's it. I had like a lot going. Like I had Seeking going. What else was out there? Oof. I got on Afro Romance one time. That was the thing.
I remember when they kept mentioning that in the chat, getting on my fucking nerves.
Oh my God. I do not recommend going on there.
It was weird.
Oh my God, it was so weird. It ain't for the faint of heart. So yeah, I think Bumble and Hinge are probably the best ones. I actually had some success on Match, like earlier last year. Yeah, Match was cool.
Okay, so this is a question. I think that this was so. Are you asking that for me when I edit my pictures online? Do I get rejected in person or like? Because I think you're the same person that asked about the filters or whatever. Um, so I don't know who, but I'll answer it. I don't because like I look like my pictures. I feel like I do. If my face is beat on the app, my face is gonna be beat on the date.
Oh
And
yeah.
if my waist is small on the app, then the waist somehow, some way, no matter what, it's gonna be small on the date. If I dress good on the app, I'm dressed good in person. It's just really I look like, you know, how I look, even if it's edited a little bit. They are not. I have guys. You look better in person. Oh my god, you look amazing. Because yeah, at least look like 90% of the picture. You know, the way you edit it and how they expect you to be in person, like they're taking no mental notes. Okay, her hair looks good, her makeup looks good, her body is snatched. As long as it's that, they really don't care. You could come as a different person, and as long as you have those three things, I think you'd be good.
Yeah, the filters on your photos, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Clean off the camera on your phone, take the photos and edit those clear photos.
Yeah.
Stop using Snapchat filters. You can't do anything with that photo. They said I sound like, well, thank you.
I put that one up and then I just changed. I
Yeah.
don't know. This is so fun changing them out, but yeah, I saw that one. I did.
Oh, this is so cute. I like this.
I know, me too. I love changing them out. Oh, this is a good one right here.
What?
Do you have a premium Bumble or Hinge, or do you use the free
No,
version?
no, I don't pay. I have the free version. Yeah, it works. And for Hinge, to be honest, like I don't even swipe on there. I just look at who likes me and I choose to have
Same,
conversations about it.
same. I don't
Yeah.
know if I don't think I've ever bought that up, but I don't swipe on Hinge either. I go to who likes it and they read their comments, like Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I guess I think that's it. I like this comment though. It's really sad that most Black women were not taught how to. And you know,
Yeah.
I posted. Listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen. I posted the video where it shows like the success stories for the girls, like you know, in the group chat and not or whatever. And someone had commented because my best friend had posted let's normalize, you know, Black women receiving luxury gifts or whatever. And someone was like, let's normalize all women receiving luxury gifts. And I'm like, you know what? I love all my patrons. Like you guys are amazing. No matter there's women from Sweden, Australia, whatever. But let's never forget that my perspective is from a Black American woman perspective. I can't tell it from any other perspective. So when I give advice, although it's general, it's very personal because I'm coming from a dark skinned Black woman perspective. So when I do give advice, it is it. I want it for us. Yes, I do. I want it for everybody, of course, but I don't feel like it was normalized for me. I don't feel like no one really helped me understand that. And I wish, like I said, when I was, you know, looking around for like, why is the pole all around me? That there was somebody that was like, hey, you know what? If you dress like this, if you talk like this, if you go here, if you do this, if you stay out of here, if you stay out of there, then you could find someone who is going to be, you know, this to you. And if you set your standard, like there wasn't that, there was none of that. And like I said, a few years ago when I was asking the girls, especially in Dallas, about how y'all get this, how y'all get that, didn't nobody want to tell me nothing.
No, because you think that they think that you're going to take away what they have. No, sweetie, I want you to keep what you got. I want my own.
Right. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I want you to keep what you got. I want my own.
Yeah.
And it was quiet. What when Nikki said quiet, ain't no back talk. They was not trying to tell me nothing. So yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't gotten banned from Bumble, knock on wood. And I've had all kinds of conversations. You guys just gotta be nice. Be nice. They won't report you. Pockets and bows. She's
Yeah, and it's you said, yeah, I'm a dark skinned woman. I noticed it's expected for other races, either lighter women, to be treated well, but dark skinned women have to be strong. No way. And I get it too. To the fact that it's not even it's quiet. Don't nobody say anything. It's like an invisible scripture or something where we as Black women cannot have standards. It's crazy. And then I see other women where people are like, oh well, you should have a degree and you should have this together. And I really feel like you should have everything together. But then I see stories and I see people in real life of people that we know from the trailer park, people from nothing marrying into wealth. And then
Yeah.
I'm being told, oh, well, if you talk like this, if you act like that, well, you know what? I seen it. I seen it. And it's not because of how we talk. It's not because of how we act. It's because it's just not expected of us to level up and marry well. It's just not. Because explain how jobless trailer park ain't no family. How they do it. And I can name some names, but y'all just go on YouTube. It's some stories. These girls are not these educated, polished queens. You know, there's let me start it, but nevertheless.
And one of some of my conversations, I've been trying to get more organized in my app. So I'll try to compile some things together for you guys so you can see like previous conversations that lead to something and use that as an example. I can definitely give you the conversation I had with the poor.
Oh, yeah. We
The
could
one
do that for a Patreon post and just like cross out like his name and stuff.
the one that I gave you today? That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be great. Okay, you guys, we are done. This was probably the most consistent because it stayed in the hundreds. I've never seen that before with the lives. Like the girl at least was on there. Drop your fences. Thank you guys so much. Christina, thank you so much for joining me and showing me how to use what's this called? StreamYard?
StreamYard, yeah.
I don't think my memory is very short.
Somebody said they wanted to get some more tips for single mothers of toddlers, but just single mothers, period. I mean, that's a whole live in itself.
But the crazy part is, I'm a single mother too. I should be more tips. I really should. Whether how we want to spend it, I don't have no. It's me and Marcus. It's me and Marcus. That's it. We all we got. We all we got. That's my brother, but I am a guardian. I'm raising him as my own.
Yeah.
Appreciate your selfless sharing. Yes, I love that for her. Gotta rewatch it. I definitely will. I don't know if y'all know this, but I rewatch all the lives afterwards. And some moments are cringe, some moments are like, oh god. But I do I literally watch it. And the funny thing is, I've watched lives with old man before. It's entertaining. I'm telling y'all. Yes, we watch it. Hey Oni, she's such a cutie.
I can just give you this quick tip for single moms. Make sure you're doing what you need to do for your kids. Make sure that they don't feel neglected by you because you are trying to pursue something with someone. It will definitely come out in their actions in school, how they feel about you. And let's see here. What else can I say? I always made sure that my daughter was a really great student. I know for single moms, it's kind of like you are put up against a woman who doesn't have any children, right? So you already have like out of 10 things, out of a rubric of 10, you're at 9 now, right? So you just want to make sure that your kid appears to be a good asset in their life. Like it's not going to be a liability. You need to have a good relationship with your child's father. Whatever it is, make sure it's amicable. Like you guys shouldn't be fighting like you baby boy in the streets. Like, no, you need to have a schedule. The child's father needs to see their children or child often so that you can have some peace in a dating life. Men want to know that you have everything in order so that when they step in, they're not stepping into some chaos because nobody wants to deal with chaos. It's not attractive. I don't even like my friends to have ghetto relationships with their children's fathers. Like it makes me cringe. And I made sure I did not have that type of relationship for myself. So, I'm at the point I get along with uh, he's married with his wife. I'm perfectly fine with her. You know, she has my number. I have hers. Like, I literally have the perfect life when it comes to co-parenting. So
Yeah, I've noticed. It's wonderful.
it's really amazing. I'm kind of like a unicorn, and you really need to make your situation just like that.
Um,
Single. Yeah, my daughter's 13. Yeah. So I totally get it. You need to focus on making sure they are an emotionally intelligent young adult and that they lead with respect, are a good student, and have a great relationship with you.
and someone said, I always let my pots know I'm a mom first, and they respect that. But here's the thing: there's a difference between a pot and a stranger. If someone on the app
Yeah.
asks me, I never had anyone ask me if I have kids on the app, but if they did, maybe I should make some prompts for y'all because it's gonna be like, so do you have kids? LOL. The question is, do kids have me? I'm such a jokester. Anyway, how was your day? Skip that fucking question because why he want to know if you have kids? He's not even a potential yet. I just don't think they need to know all of this information yet.
Uh,
Try to avoid it as much as possible until you find out if he has money and if he's willing to spend it. Then we want to see, okay, is he a family person? Does he even care about the kids? Like these are questions. So when you say pots, I get it. Potentials. Some of these men are potentials, and I really don't think they should be all up in your
you know,
business with kids for what.
you, you should be finding out about him. You shouldn't
We,
be giving
we
her
should
like,
come up with some prompts for the girls for when they ask for do they have kids because
yeah,
it's just not right now.
you
Not
said,
right now. I said I don't have kids right now.
what if the father is full of drama and he's problematic? Hmm. What is his source of drama? Like, is he still butthurt because you left? Is he poor and that's why? Um, it really depends. That's more of like a specific situation. So
Well, okay, so okay, because that is it's a good question, but you're right. Like it need be to be more detailed. Like
yeah, there's more to the story there that I can't really fully give you a response, but I can definitely say work on making sure the relationship between you and him is respectful, clean. You guys don't have side conversations about still having relations with each other because that can distort someone's idea of who they are in your life. So, drawing the line and creating boundaries with that person and making sure you're always leading with respect even though you feel like he don't deserve none. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is about you and you moving forward and finding someone great for your life, you and your kids life. So however you need to fix that situation with the dad, you got to fix it.
mhm,
Yeah, he's still butthurt and poor. Yeah, you can't change the poor,
poor
but you
poverty.
can lead by example. Yeah.
Um,
What
so
Kendra say? That's a quote I saw recently. Something else. Pick the life you want. Yeah, pretty much.
um, she said mine just turned 15 and thankfully a good child and student. Oh, God,
Yes,
such a blessing.
yes,
Such a blessing.
very much.
Um, and this one time, me and Marcus was like going back and forth one day. He's like, "Go on YouTube and talk to your girls." Like I never like pictured him saying something like that, but that's probably like the worst thing he's ever said to me. Like, go on YouTube and talk to your girls. He's very respectful. So I thought that I was like, yeah, that's the only time you get to say something because that is my girls, those my homies. Okay, but yeah.
But you guys play back and forth all the time.
Oh, all day, all day. But I think I'm worse than him.
Oh, child, I will pray for you.
Sweet tea, we is praying, okay?
God. And how expensive.
Oh, a preteen and a toddler.
And a towel. Ooh, child.
Yes. Okay, you guys. I think we're done here. Drop your finstas. I keep saying that, but this time we're really
I
done.
know.
It's
It's
at
like
2 hours and 40. When
hours.
is when
Huh?
Oh, girl, they have another question. Answer that one, and then yeah,
What? What do I believe?
uh, yeah.
Is okay. What do I believe? What's the secret to your successful life? I think just the confidence that I have in myself. Like I really know who I am and what I deserve and what my standard is. And I could comfortably um, speak about my boundaries with people and not even flinch. Chanel knows. Like it doesn't matter who it is. My friends, my family, coworkers, it doesn't matter. I really do. I took the time to work on myself and figure out what it is. And yeah, have healthy boundaries in your life. And now they used to say, oh, you're so mean. How could you say no to her? Blah, blah, blah. And then they're the same people that come around and be like, well, can you teach me? Because like, I just don't know how to do it. Like I'm exhausted. I'm depleted. Like I got ran over again by someone. I got taken advantage of again. So yeah, just being able to know who I am and doing the work. So
Sorry, you guys. This was a long live. It was a good one, but it was long. Um, when I start getting sleepy, like I start getting teary eyed. Like I'm literally teary
oh
eyed.
my God.
That,
Oh
that
my
was me in
God.
Cabo. That was me in Cabo. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And stop having sex with these men. Shaniqua Adams has an IG post on that, and it was mind blowing. Oh yeah, stop giving me coochie.
Actually, I'm kind of working on something, Angie. So, yeah, we'll table that.
Yeah,
She's
and just to I know I said this over, but just to go off just a little bit off of that stop having sex with these men. It's very important that we all help each other. So if you stop giving up the coochie, another woman stop giving up the coochie, they're gonna realize the coochie is not being given up. And they're gonna
Mhm.
have to start being better to even think about getting that. Um, and it's if everybody is setting their standards, then it shouldn't be a problem. They should already know what's up. But some of these men are shocked because some women aren't setting their standards at all. So that I'm sleepy but don't want to miss anything. No, we're done. You're not going to miss anything. We're done. Okay, you guys, this live will be available on Patreon. Don't forget the Sugar Baby Challenge ends 11/11, so you have time, plenty of time actually. And 11/11, I feel like that's a lucky number. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Make sure that you guys are taking bomb pictures because I'm getting the
Yeah,
submissions, honey child.
want to see you win.
Um, therapy is his best self-help. Yeah. Let's talk about it. So, all right, ladies, we are done. The next time Christina comes back to live, I hope that she will be offering her own, little program.
I know.
Women.
I'm working on it. I'm so working on it right now. So
I think that it would be a benefit to us all. You know, I But anyway, yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for being a part of Patreon and watching this live and staying here for the 2 hours and 42 minutes. I actually was on time this time, so that means that it was pretty much the entire time we were talking.
yeah.
Um, oh, Anya said send her the invoice. I didn't even know you were here. I didn't even know you were here. I told you about her. I said, watch the live. I said, I'm not gonna do no more. I already told you. I very much told you. I got you though. I'll let you know. But thank you, ladies, so much. And Anya, we have to get you on a live too. We just have to. We have to, girly. You tell these ladies about your level up. But all right, you guys, bye. Thank you, Christina,
Bye.
again.
Of course.
Bye. Let's see how this